You know, if I clipped that out of context, Tony, that would sound really bad. Not gonna lie. That sounds really bad. But I appreciate your loyalty regardless. Nah, you know what? No, I will put you on the shame board. I will put you on the shame board. There. We'll see what the peanut gallery has to say. No, no, no. I won't do it here in Twitch. I won't do it here in Twitch. It was, elsewhere. Anyway. Also, please don't say it like that either. Anyway, hello, Ultimate. Hello, Dank. Hello, Tony. Hello, Faves. Hello, Raves, etc. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here anyway. I said clipped out of context. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Anyway. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're just fun to make fun of every now and again. And of course, hello to all the lurkers on the YouTube side of things. If anybody's looking on the Twitch side, you got like 1 minute 15 before we can come back to you. Whoop, don't knock that down. That ruler is very important. So, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. I don't know what my plan was going into this, but I think I've prepared to the best of my ability. Question today, Ricky, why are you so bald? Because my hair was left back in the grave. That's why, amigo. I miss it every day I don't have it. Yeah, so whenever it comes to setting up for stream, I don't have my streaming microphone. Well, this is BTS, but whatever. Long story short, when I set up my microphone, I use a ruler to designate where exactly it's capturing. It's a handy little tool. Rulers are always made to an exact measurement, so you can always tell exactly how far the microphone is from your mouth, no matter what. So I always keep a regular 12-inch ruler on my desk for that exact purpose. This little space here is way too small to have this thing pointed directly at me 24/7. So yeah, there's your BTS for the day. Gonna be a very, very chill, very relaxed, very conversation-oriented kind of day. I don't know how fast I can get through these ratings, but shush you. I'm not using the ruler to see if I've gotten any taller. Shut up! Shut up! Hello, B. Hello. Welcome on in. But first of all, how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing? It's only been a little bit of time, but maybe some people ain't been here in a while. It is a casual Friday night. We are chillaxing. I wish I was min-maxing in an RPG or Dark Souls, but I am gonna have to work on thumbnails tonight. Taking an extra calcium and still not doing anything? Nope. Nope. All it does is make my bones bigger, and that's already a problem. What if you jump scare me with money? I will be stun locked for approximately 10 seconds. We have recorded footage of that exact reaction, unfortunately. Recently. So, you know, it is what it is. If you decide to support me, that is entirely up to you and your bank account. I won't say no, but I will ensure there's no strings attached. Por favor. I thought your thumbs were all bone, but nah, yeah, I have been I've actually been hard at work in multiple projects this week. 10,000 doll hairs, damn it. Okay, you got me good there, Dank. You got me good there. Yeah, you were... Okay, so there's a bunch of unpack here. First off, Tony, congrats on surviving your phone screening. Those are nerve-wracking. Interviews are always nerve-wracking. Congrats on surviving without dying. And congrats to you, B, for not dying in alien isolation from a heart attack. Hey, Noonie. Welcome on in, buddy. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay. I still owe you, and eventually somebody else, a round of Super Battle Golf. I have the game. It works. It looks great. We just need to somehow convince the rest of the Flantrops to buy it and play with us. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we're gonna try. Congrats to me for getting through another week. That's plenty to celebrate. Absolutely. That's plenty to celebrate. Getting through another week is a trial in itself. You whacked a man with a giant wrench? Are you sure it was a man and not a machine? I've heard there's both in that game. Anyway, regardless, glad to hear y'all are doing individually decently. I had a lot to do this week, and I still have a lot to do. And I have fun weather ahead as well, but we're not going to get into that because that is potentially doxing. Then do it! Do it! It's fun, it's exciting, it's a dungeon crawler. It's probably not great for content anyway, so you know that's why I haven't played it on stream yet. Well then pet the cat, give the pet like 3 hours of your time, and then stay up until 4 AM playing Mystery Dungeon like the rest of us. Simple. Easy. Math. You can do it. I will look at the coffers later, but for now, I guess because this is just gonna be a friggin' like yap session and a half with subjects, we should probably get into the meats and bones of this affair, shall we? Oh god. I'm not good at talking about myself, let alone talking about what I like. But I will try to get through this somewhat decently. Let me just go ahead and grab some music so we aren't sitting in pure, like, abyssal silence. Give me one mo. Y'all are gonna judge me. Already somebody's judging me for not having JJK completed. Thanks, friendo. I appreciate the support from you. Okay, let me see. Where is my Chill Hop playlist? I do not want to update VLC media. This is not the time. 44. Excellent. Okay, cool. That's set to repeat and shuffle. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we do. Spooky blue site here. For those who don't know, this is my anime list, specifically mine. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to this. I gotta remember that. Stop. You didn't need to do that. I'm going to go ahead and link this if you'd like to look at it yourselves. Well, you had the original post to look at it. But I believe this anime list is, my personal anime list is also in the description. So if you'd like to spoil yourself on a couple of things, that is up to you. Yeah, it wasn't originally red, but... Hello, Wonton. Welcome on in, welcome on in. It wasn't originally red, but it kind of hurt my eyes looking at it, so I swapped it back. I swapped it to blue just for everybody else's sake. Okay, we have a lot to get through here. So, yeah. I wanted something that was recognizable, so I was like, you know what? Why not put up my Grim? Why not put up my Grim PFP? So yeah, this list is publicly available. We're on the same episode of JoJo. Oh, sick! You're lagging behind me too. I'm sorry, Dank. I'm sorry. Look, there's been a lot of cool anime out there, and JJ, what was that? Jujutsu Kaisen. It's a lot to deal with. Like, just like with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I have to be ready to withstand what that anime can throw at me. But for the sake of it, I am gonna go ahead and pin my anime list in chat. Why not? If you'd like to go ahead and peep at it, all we're going to be going through is the completed anime. Not the ones I'm watching currently, not the ones I've put on hold, not the ones I'm dropped. So if you want to look at those, get a better idea for my taste in anime. Look, okay, full context. A lot of friends showed me a lot of different anime back in the day. Like, Noonie here remembers me and, what was that his name? What was it, Helmsman? Watching all sorts of random stuff with Cake, just to see what he liked. Nobunaga, I remember distinctly being the dumbest one that we only watched like 10 minutes of. Oh my god. I remember that was so long ago. Holy shit! Senegal Monkey, welcome on in, Raiders! I knew once I was a scouting party. Y'all were playing RE9, right? Folks, you know the monkey man that stands before us in the Twitch chat. That is Senecal, my good buddy, my faithful Donkey Kong co-op partner, along with their Raiders. Welcome on in, Bori's back up. Welcome on in. And I believe you were playing it with Wolfie of one other? I forget. No worries, Tony. That's fine. That's fine. Everybody appreciates a scouting party. But yeah, welcome on in. Welcome on in. For those, yeah, Wolfie and Callie. That's right. That's right. It escaped my mind the second we were talking about it. Anyway, welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome on in. For those who may not know me, I am Ricky T. Bones, singer, sometimes song composer, mixer, and all-around individual that appreciates anime. Callie's Leon's #1 fan. I know at least 4 other #1 fans of Leon who would like to fight her for that title. 2 of them are tag team matches. But yeah, welcome on in, welcome on in. Yeah, today we are just chilling out and talking about anime I have finished. I'm going to be rating them live on stream. I will have objectionable opinions for sure, and everything I say is subjective to my own taste, etc., etc. I mean, Wonton's just saying what the crowd is thinking, okay? Not me personally, but the crowd, yes. The crowd of adoring fans. Alright, so. As I said already, everything is subjective, and not everything here is child-friendly. Just like me. On bad days and good days. Well, for starters, we can go ahead and kick off. Well, basically, this is a way of saying thank you, Senecal. No worries. And for anybody else who does need to raid and run, I completely understand. It is rather late. The further on the US you are, especially if you're in the EU. So get some water, get some sleep, or stick around, and you can listen to the Skeleton's objectively wrong takes on anime. Thank you very much for checking me out if you did, folks. Alright. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your lurkin', Senny. So, anyway, a long story short, basically, I revoke my say-so license by sharing all of this. That's what I'm really trying to say. Case in point, Afro Samurai. Oh my god, we start with a humdinger. So, I think I would definitely call this anime, although it's an interesting mix of Western and Eastern. So, Afro Samurai, for anybody who doesn't know, I'll go ahead and open this up here. Afro Samurai is a... Let's see, how do I want to put this? It is good, for starters. It is good. It is a fantastic anime. It's action. It is set in, like, sort of a feudal Japan with a couple of interesting twists here and there. Only 5 episodes, but they're long episodes if I recall correctly. And the main lead and the voice in his head is voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. The frick you mean, boy? Oh god, what did you do, Dank? Hang on. How not child friendly are we talking? There is a getting it on scene. Don't watch it in front of your folks or your kids. It is definitely a late night anime kind of vibe. And it's bloody. It is an action anime. But it is so good. Like, the way everybody moves and moves fluidly. Oh no, what is this? Hold on, let me... Hey, he's done it. He's frickin' done it. Thank you, Dank, for gifting me Dispatch. It will never be played on the channel, but maybe one day it will be played in Discord. Because I do not feel comfortable playing that game on stream. But, yeah. Moving on, yes. Samuel L. Jackson does a fantastic job of voicing the stoic protagonist. He voices the voice in his head, which is in the body of an old mentor of his. And it's a revenge story. It's a classic Ronin revenge story with a hood twist. I highly recommend it, but when it comes to doing the score, I'm going to kind of be a little subjective. So first, you start from 5. 7 plus 2, because it has Samuel L. Jackson as a dub actor. And he does so well. So well. It's a revenge story. Bumps it up to 8. Unique art style. Amazing. Great. Can I think of anything? Okay. This isn't a negative or positive. It is raw. It is a raw kind of anime. Like, if you're not prepared to deal with what this anime has to sledgehammer you with, it's like extreme violence. There is a getting it on scene, as I said before. I will continue to refer to anything like that. But it's such a short and sweet story. Definitely dude coded, for sure. And there's a movie that I have not watched yet. And the music on top of it all is fantabulous. Do I think it's a 9 or do I think it's an 8? How much would I recommend it to people? Considering how batshit crazy it is, though? Like, yes, it's labeled as a Ronin piece. Yes, it's labeled as a revenge story. It does not stay in the samurai era of technology, I can assure you. So, if you were hoping for historical accuracy, this is not it. Weapon accuracy? No. Do I think it's worth your time? Yes. It is, however, not everybody's taste. Like, definitely it's not traditional anime. The animation is amazing, but it's an acquired taste. For sure, I think this one deserves an 8. I am going to keep this as... Let's see, does that reset it? Okay, cool. Who watches anime for historical accuracy? Fans of Apothecary Diaries. In a way. Sometimes it's good to have historical accuracy. But other times it's just fun. Like, what was it? There was a Musashi anime I watched a long time ago that was just kind of dumb, and I never really, like... Exactly. That's a great premise for an anime right there, Wonton. Or like a 70s action movie. Like Abraham Lincoln was about to lose the Civil War. That's when he faxed over to Japan and asked for the spirit, the son of Musashi. Rated R, starts Friday. Yeah, like, ridiculousness is fun. Afro Samurai is an acquired taste, though. I think I would highly recommend it, but I wouldn't push it as far as to say you need to watch it. It's definitely a fun experiment. Now, on to more traditional anime, starting with Black Butler 1 and 2. I am going to culminate these into one rating because I don't recall everything about these episodes. How do I talk about Black Butler without giving anything away? Well, for starters, it is... man. See, the hard part is that this also has to be spoiler-free because this is public access on the internet. Anybody can see this, so I'm trying to be spoiler-free as possible. Okay, let's start with an overall concept. Black Butler is about a guardian of the queen in sometime, I want to say like 17th, 16th, maybe 16th or 17th century-ish London/England. And the butler happens to be a demon. Yeah, I know, I'm trying not to be too vague. Said demon is in a pact with the... Yeah, it's a period-themed anime in old England. Actually, no, it's not 17th. It's like... It is actually like 19th to 20th century, because I remember there is a Lee Enfield SMLE in the series. One of the characters is actually like ex-army. But if I had to note the key points about it, it's that the music is brilliant, the animation is superb, there is lighthearted and dark sections, and the voice acting. My god, the voice acting. Like, this is one of the good old animes, right? Like, if you go to an anime convention and you look around Artist Alley, you are bound to see Sebastian or CL Phantom Hive in some form on tapestries. Salutations, Ace! I have been meaning to stop by your streams. How are you doing? How are you doing? Salutations to the House of Spades. I apologize for not making myself readily available to tune in a long time. Victorian England. You'd think that, I think. Let me go ahead and look that up really quick. Where is my second page? There it is. Okay. Victorian era London. Okay. In 1880... After the... Yeah, so it's sometime after 1885. So yeah, it is like 19th century into 20th century. Interesting. And it's from 2006. Dear God. So yeah, it is an interesting kind of anime. I wish I could remember a lot more about it, but I can tell you, it is to do with 3 things I love. It plays with the concept of death. It involves reapers of some kind, and demons, and supernatural, and it all takes place with fantastic wardrobes, scenery, backgrounds, like, as the gift goes, as the phrase goes, such elegance! And a small part of me really enjoys the aspect of playing the threatening butler. But my favorite character, and still to this day, one of my favorite characters from that series is the Undertaker. The giggling, grimly man Undertaker, who has much more than meets the eye, and I love every second he's on screen. He is my favorite character out of that series. So I haven't seen the manga? No, but I do know he has more of a role in the manga. Like, he has like his own arc, if I recall correctly, reading from the wiki. And he is... I have finished the anime series, but I have not read any of the manga. If I had to give a rating to Black Butler, 1 and 2, respectively. Okay, was there one more thing I wanted to talk about it? I guess I can't really talk about it, but there is also just so much like tenseness. That is one thing I really appreciate about a good anime, is that you do not have overpowered characters without them having some kind of weak moment. And there's so many times where the series keeps you on the edge of your toes, especially in in the second part. Especially in the second part, that keeps you on your toes so much. So I cannot lie. So starting at 5, dark themes, Reapers, plays with death. Would I call it a masterpiece? 9 or 10? It's definitely not an 8, folks. It's definitely not an 8. Like, I highly recommend you go watch this. Of course, it is not it is not for the weak of heart. But would I recommend it like as a you must see it? Yes. Like, is it a life-changing masterpiece? No. I think it is worth your watch. It has been around for a long time. It is probably turning 20 this year, now that I think about it. If it was back in 2006, hold on, let me pull that statistic back up. In September, it will be 20 years since the original run started. Wow. Yeah, no. You all owe it to yourself to watch Black Butler. I think it is a fantastic anime. I think the action is splendid. I think the characters breathe and live and breathe. You are on your toes constantly. It is a fantastic series. You should go watch. Okay, now we have another fun one. This is one I finished recently. This is one of my first recent ones. And I have not finished the series, which makes me sad. Call of the Night. So, okay, we need to get through the problematic parts of this first. Call of the Night is a vampire story. Let me see, let me read this real quick. I think I remember most of it. Okay, gotcha. Alright. So, Call of the Night is a beautiful anime. It is about a vampire. It is about a kid who refuses to remain in normal society. If I recall correctly, 14, and he meets a vampire by chance, who is this girl over here. And, of course, what does a kid who's barely going through puberty do when he meets a vampire that looks like that? He falls in love. That's already a problematic start. So, ignoring that bit, because Japanese anime is full of that nonsense, the reason you want to watch this anime isn't just because of the plot, which is both, for lack of a better term, evocative and yet rebellious. it is like, for anybody who has not experienced nightlife, it is a treat to not only the eyes and senses, but also to the culture shock. First off, the entire anime takes place at night, but you wouldn't know it because of how they light up everything. This purple haze here permeates throughout the series. It is like you see everything at night in a whole new way. I want to say it's because of the street lamps that Japan has, that they do all this purple lighting. And the characters themselves are strange. It's in a weird way, like, on one hand, you have the main love interest, who is a ditzy kind of vampire who plays with her little toy, this boy, and it's like, it is a neat life for her. And then there's another character who ends up being more of a childhood friend who doesn't really understand why somebody's staying up this late. But nobody in this anime sleeps. Nobody in this anime sleeps. And the longer you stay in it, the more you want to be part of that world. And, of course, being the absolute dumb kid he is, he wants to become a vampire so he can continue living that nightlife. Never have to go anywhere, never have to go to school. You know, it's kind of like the same feel as TMNT, where it was about kids running away from home at night and playing in the Foot Clan's lair, wanting the good life, even though it was dangerous and wrong and illegal. Kind of a forbidden fruit kind of feel. Would I recommend it, though? Yes and no. Honestly, no. It's leaning more towards yes. It's leaning more towards yes because, like, problematic things aside, and problematic protagonist aside, because he makes a lot of dumb decisions during it, it is a fun supernatural thriller. Like, in a way that, Hunter the Vigil is like a really hard to deal with universe where you are a weakling human amongst a land of vampires, demons, demon hunters, and the like. Like, when you're caught in the ecosystem of vile, villainous nightlife, it is fun. It is fun to be in that in a fictional sense. That being said, the protag is dumb as a box of rocks. He really should not be where he is, but he's doing it all based on emotion. And he can't decide, no matter where he is in the anime, what he wants until maybe the very end. Of the first season. I don't know what the second season is like. I want to watch it, but I have no way of doing so yet? Question mark? It might be on Crunchyroll, and I'm stuck on Hulu, so, you know. I don't pay for my own stuff. It's all family plans. But Call of the Night, highly recommend you check it out with an 8. It is, like I said, evocative, romantic. The vampire lady takes a sippy sip, you know what I mean? Makes you feel things. Okay, I will not hear any other score other than 10 for Cowboy Bebop. Do not argue with me. Michael, for fuck's sake, watch it. It is a timeless classic starring Steve motherfucking Bloom as Spike and so many amazing supporting cast. I'm going to kick your ass, Dag, just for saying that. I know you're joking. And more so, Cowboy Bebop the movie. Fantastic. Stellar. Amazing. Awesome. Quotable moments. So many quotable moments. And Ein and Ed and Tony, I swear to God. So, let me explain Cowboy Bebop for anybody who doesn't know why I'm ranting and raving about Cowboy Bebop. Thank you, Ryan. Enjoy your food. Cowboy Bebop is a sci-fi punk anime from, and I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't actually know that off the top of my head. Cowboy Bebop from 1998. It is 90s anime. Awesome soundtrack. Thank you, TboniDraws. Okay. I need to put my thoughts together because there's so much good about Cowboy Bebop. Okay. Yes, in the year 2071, humanity is expanded across the galaxy, filling the surface of other planets with settlements like those on Earth. But in order to deal with all those new settlements, you need people who are willing to do risky things to get things done. Enter Spike. Spike Spiegel, a bounty hunter working across the stars. The art style is amazing. The characters are godlike. Yes, it's Cowboy Bebop from Fortnite, whatever. And even though he's a loner, even though he's got a dark past, he finds himself amongst so many Spike Spiegel. Spike Spiegel, don't worry about it. You just need to worry about his name is Spike, and he has spiky hair, and he has a gun, and it's really cool. But in a nutshell, he is just a man working through the universe, working through the space-time, trying to survive, make as much money as he can, and encounter so many different wildernesses. Sci-fi anime in itself is a reason you want to watch it, because sci-fi anime is so hard. So hard. Got it, Ultimate, sorry. So hard to do, because you have to come up with so many different things, but in that way, Cowboy Bebop didn't really do that. Cowboy Bebop is like, what if we took the modern day and put a couple of spaceships in there? Which at the time was 98. So you've got retro technology like floppy disks, big computers, Betamaxes even. And then on top of that, beautiful, gigantic technical spaceships that resemble like F-15s, F-22s, maybe not F-22s, that was different. That was much later. But like 90s aircraft, warships, submarines. And on top of that, you got some of the best, you got one of the best composers to help you make all of that sound real. Let me see. Music by Yoko Kanno. That is a name you want to look up and appreciate. Because the intro alone has been part of so many different AMVs. And, oh god, no. No. I don't want nothing to do with that. Michael told me about that one. I looked at it for 1 second and was like, no. I'm good. I can go my entire life without having seen a single clip from that. A second, even. No. We'll get to a shitty anime very soon, don't worry. But, you owe it to yourself to check out Cowboy Bebop. Because the animation is superb. The character design, amazing. The world design, spectacular. The music, immaculate. And above all, the plot. The very short little series, the little snippet of this world that we got to see in only 26 episodes is still burned into everyone's minds who has watched it. It is so good. It is so good. And everybody wishes it had lasted longer. And at the same time, we're like, no. No, there was a point in time where this series was definitely its golden hour. And God, I love the ending on top of it. I love the ending. It sucks for a lot of reasons, but nothing to do with its subject or structure. It hurts. It just hurts. But this to me feels like one of the many animes that catapulted Steve Bloom into legend status. because of how he handled his character. Not just as a cool guy, but as a emotionally scarred protagonist. Back in the day, everybody wanted to be like Spike Spiegel. Sometimes some of us are still hanging on to that old idea of being a gunslinging badass. But I digress. I cannot talk about Cowboy Bebop for 40 minutes. We move on. Oh, God. Okay. Demon Lord retry. First off, don't even bother. For a lot of reasons. I want to say that I regret watching this one. But I have a tick about me where when I start something, I refuse to put it down until I've finished it. Even if it's garbage, there is a sunk cost fallacy cutoff. There was a sunk cost fallacy moment for me with a lot of stuff I enjoy. Yes, I wasted my life essence, but thankfully, when it comes to me eating these days, I have a lot of time to just watch anime. Like, eating takes forever for me now due to certain reasons, but this one I wasted so much time on. 2 seasons. And you know what? They're not even the same. It's barely the same series from season to season. Demon Lord retry. First, okay, we should get into the bits of this first. So, Demon Lord retry. Not R, retry. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this, and you tell me if that's okay on the outside, or if it's just like, meh. It is meh, I can assure you. And it's an isekai. That's already in the hole. Just by me saying that. I don't know why I trusted isekai. I thought maybe after watching a couple of isekai. Yeah, it did. Welcome, Corthan. Welcome, Corthan. Yes, it did. It did have an ass storyline. It is... Okay, in a nutshell, because I don't want to waste too much time on this one. Demon Lord Retry is about a developer, an MMO developer, who, on the last day of his game being online, gets sucked into it, and ends up in a whole nother world that barely looks recognizable from the one he developed. He still has all of his tricks, he still had his admin powers, so of course, there's no stopping him. He is unstoppable. He is weakened only by his need to kill things. And then even then, he's just like, yeah, I can kill this, no problem. And then on top of that, he has 2 personas. He can be the jerkbag you see in the front, or the douchebag you see in the back, as a paladin. A dragon paladin. And of course, there are 3 minions who try to stop him, and guess what? They all fall in love with him, and it's just like slop. It is ugly. It is full of fan service, which is a good or bad thing depending on how you look at it. But it's so bad. It is so bad. Like, sound design, meh. Character design was okay. The way it looks, ugly. So ugly, in fact, that they got a brand new studio just to do the second redo season. Yeah, basically, Tony, basically. They changed studios in between seasons. Yeah. Exactly. It is just a self-insert power fantasy. That's really all it is. It is Overlord, but bad. Overlord, but really bad. I don't even think the voice actors can salvage this, or the writing. But they swapped studios in between. It does feel like that, yeah. It's just like somebody made their OC have a show, and he's wearing the most blah thing. And even then, this right here. Hold on. I will rip this one, and then we will move on. But let me see if we can see. No, we cannot. Okay. Just to give you a perspective of how little they cared about the first season. His original outfit in the first season was a double-breasted suit and a long coat. In the second season, they gave him a three-piece suit and a single-breasted vest. They cared so little about what they did in the very first season that they just retconned everybody's character design. Some of their personalities, like, it's not worth your time, guys. Isn't all anime giving someone's OC a show? Not necessarily. When it feels like somebody's giving their OC a show, it's more like somebody had a hand in it from start to finish. But I guess in that regard, a lot of anime starts from manga, so you're not wrong there, Ultimate. You're not wrong there. But yeah, no. Starting from 5, it is isekai. It is a power fantasy. It is really pervy. It's horrible the first season. And then the second season is a little bit more redeemable, but yet again, the protagonist is unstoppable. Expect him never to fail. And it only goes up 1 point. It is not good, y'all. It is not good. It's not worth your time. Please do not. Please do not waste your life on this Hulu anime. Well, by all means, if that's a plus for you, that's a plus for you. Me, not so much. But, God, it's so bland. The first season is so bland. The second season is a bit better, if I recall correctly. Actually, no, it stays there. It stays there. I don't like fan service. Honestly, I just like those lay back and relax type animes. Don't really watch anime, though. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, fan service is not going to actually make sense. Yeah, no. Demon Lord Retry is fan service for the sake of drawing in the fantasy crowd who just really likes, for lack of a better term, bikini armor. Wondering if you watched Hellsing. Actually, I did. A little bit of it. I don't recall if I did not finish it. You're talking about, like, the vampire Hellsing with the double 455... What's it called? I forgot what the caliber is called. But I have watched a little bit of Hellsing. That is a shocker of an anime. I do kind of want to go back to it, though. Maybe. But it's just like... It's a fucking rough anime to get through, man. Back with mashed potatoes to make me feel better. Welcome back, B. Welcome back, B. We've gotten through some of the shittier ones. Okay. Okay. Okay, I need to... It is time to go through all of Digimon. 454 Kasul Caliber. Yes, thank you. 454 Kasul, just to kill vampires. All right. So, I am biased. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. I am biased towards Digimon for a lot of reasons. The bridge is 5% more insane. That I can believe, yeah. That I can believe. Only 5% more. So Digimon is kind of near and dear to my heart. I spent a lot of time watching it and Pokemon back in the day, but I never got the chance to finish either of them. Through the wonders of Hulu, hell no. I don't play Splatoon. I'm not that sweaty. But Digimon is widely different from Pokemon. If you watch the series, which I highly recommend you do, you will find that it takes more of a growing up tone as opposed to teaming up with little monsters whom you call pets and train them to fight each other. You know, it's less about the bond between you and your monster and more about you and your Digimon growing into heroes worthy enough to save the day. And the original dub, mind you, I watched everything in dubbed, for the record. The original is hard to get through. But it's got really good character design. Like, I can name all the characters off the top of my head. Matt, TK, Joe, Sora, oh god. I thought I could. Wow, my mind just went blank when I was trying to... Mimi, of course, Mimi. And, oh, Dinosaur King was good, yeah. I didn't watch enough. I watched a lot of that on 4Kids, now that I think about it. I should probably put it on the list somewhere. Yeah, no. The Digimon is more of a coming-of-age story compared to Pokemon about being the bond between human and partner. Yes, actually, yes. It's about kids growing up to save the day alongside their Digimon. And it deals with a lot of mature topics, like it deals with death, tragedy, loss, being frightened alone, being brave enough to say what's wrong, being like confronting fears on top of all that. Izzy, god damn it, how did I forget Izzy? Yeah. Izzy and Ty. There we go. Everything's in its root. Everything's in its place. Of course, I can name the Digimon. They're not hard to remember. My favorite being Tentamon and Izzy, for reasons I can't get into. Tentamon and Izzy are my goats. I love those guys. Second place goes to Matt and Gabumon. Like in terms of character arcs, those two have the best. I guess you can't really have Matt without TK, but whatever. I forgot my favorite, yeah. However, isn't ZA, yeah, no. Digimon does not pull punches when it comes to being a good kid show. A dark kid show sometimes. A really like Digimon is not afraid to put the kids in danger. I don't know about life-threatening. Never mind, yes, life-threatening. Life-threatening danger. Like, their goal is to get back to the original world. Whether or not they do, well, I guess I should say they do. And so Japan is in danger of being attacked by Digimon at some point. Like, it is a disaster film of a series. However, there are some things that hold it back. There's a lot of things that hold it back. For starters, the English version has so much cut out and censored about it. I think there might even be like full episodes missing for all I know. Thank you, Dank. Thank you. Yes, no, I grew up a 4Kids kid. I watched a lot of Saturday morning cartoons and anime. But there are three things that hold it back. First, there was a lot of cuts and there was a lot of washing to make it more kid-friendly. Like, they tried to explain away deaths as, my arm! and just like sugarcoating a lot for the sake of American kids. Which I guess is okay. I guess it's fine if you think about it from like a parent standpoint. Like, they don't want to get angry letters from kids' parents. Yeah, Shadow Realm. Second thing, you have a big hurdle to get over with Digivolution scenes. Digivolution scenes. I think if we removed all the Digivolution scenes in Digimon, you would have about 10 minutes runtime per episode. Not gonna lie. I think you would have like 10 minutes runtime per episode of actual animated action. So that's a bit of a hurdle to get over. It does get worse and better the further on you go in the series is, and they do cut down the Digivolutions depending on the action scenes. And they are awesome, yes. They're just like, they might be annoying to some people who are like binging it and aren't watching it week to week, and instead watching it like episode after episode. Did they say Yokai Watch would replace Pokemon? That's a bold statement to make. But yeah, I think for the first of its kind because it was the very first series and it was like one of the earliest dubs. So it's got a lot of corniness to it, right? Like it's got a lot of corniness to it. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. Care package, huh? Stretch and... Uh-oh. Oof. There we go. That's something. Okay. I'm doing okay. We do got 3 minutes and 30 seconds before ads come and conquer the Twitch side of things. After which we will take a break and talk about something that's not anime for once. But the first Digimon. Highly recommend it with a caveat that you will have to... It is a slow burn. It is a slow burn kind of an anime. Like, you are going to have to let it take its time. It's a long series. It's a fantastic series. The monster design is great. The character design is great. Everybody has, like... Everybody gets their own time on screen, which is very hard to do when you have an ensemble cast of about... at least 6 or... 6 plus... 6 plus characters. And... God damn it, guys. 6 plus characters that all have their own growth to do. It takes its time. It gives everybody the time of day. And by the end of it, you are so... Like, these characters' flaws and personalities are so ingrained in you that by the end of the series, it's so hard to let go of them. It's so hard to let go of those stories and all those tragedies and close calls. Would I bump it up to a 9? Would I bump it up to Black Butler level? No. No. It's a good anime. It's a good anime. But you have a lot to get through. Digimon the movie, I'm gonna bring that actually down to an 8. Because there was so much missing from it. If I'm gonna put Digimon Digital Monsters at 8. Yeah. No, it's a great series. I don't know if I'd put Pokemon in that same kind of feel. I do need to find a way to watch Pokemon properly. 9 is fair? 9 is fair? 10 should be perfection. Yeah, and perfect doesn't exist for me. As far as I know. Although, Freerun might be a 10, not gonna lie. Might be, if we get to it. So, we are going to take a small break before we move on to Digimon Adventures 2, which both 1 and 2 tie directly into each other. So I highly recommend, if you're going to watch Digimon, start with the first, go into the second, and then wherever you want to go from there is wherever you want to go from there. Only perfect I have witnessed Princess Bride. Not an anime, we just want to say that. Thank you, Alexian. Welcome on in. Freerun should be a 10 for all rewatchable. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. That's an interesting. Okay. Ad break starting for the free Twitch viewers. So we are going to take a small break. If you need to go get some water, get a snack, this is a good time to do it because we're going to have 5 minutes before we talk about the next anime. But yeah, I love Digimon. I loved watching it from start to finish. It's got amazing design. I love the universe it's set in. There's so much Pokemon stuff I have not watched. Like, look, Tony, I'm gonna have to stop at letting you do that at some point. Because, like, the more I let people buy stuff for me, the less agency I have over what I'm doing next. Like, I appreciate all the gifts, But man, I'd like to play. You think I have time to play it outside of streaming? I have to make thumbnails, I have to make creative stuff, I have to write stuff. I've actually been putting off some very important homework I need to have done by tomorrow night, actually. Probably gonna have to spend 2 nights working on that alongside thumbnails. I will. But yeah, no, my time is limited. Homework, not for school, no. I'm working in a representative capacity under Volympia's heads. So we have some things we are working on in the background that I should have been doing research for. But no, I enjoy streaming stuff because I get to record that experience and share it with the world. So, you know, it's a bit of problem A and problem B. Don't worry about it, Tony. I do appreciate Dispatch, though. I will, like, see if I can make time to Discord stream that. Because, like, I do want to play it, and I don't mind people watching. But I do not want that on the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate what it is. I like Telltale games. I love Telltale games, actually. That's up to you, Tony. That's up to you. I cannot guarantee it will be played anytime soon, man. I've got, like, so much to do. God, I wish. I would, like, at the very least, Dank, I'll tell you right now, I would consider Friday nights, assuming my schedule slows down. Like, I have 2 collabs next week I have to deal with. Why is Dispatch not channel friendly? What is it? Dispatch is a choose-your-own-adventure game in the style of Telltale games. It is about working as a dispatcher for a hero corps. And unfortunately, you've been disgraced and thrown into a dispatch for a bunch of ne'er-do-wells and anti-heroes. So you're dealing with the lowest of the low shit stains they call heroes. And they treat you like you're just some commoner. And the game is raw when it comes to its writing. Like, think Archer kind of raw. It is FX, Hulu, etc. kind of adult cartoon humor. Yeah, basically. It is not safe for younger audiences, barely safe enough for YouTube. Yes, you see the rah. Yeah, it really doesn't hold punches when it comes to it. Like, yeah, it's a good game. It is a good game. But it's just like really blunt about its humor. Its humanity and romance, especially. Like, there were some very evocative scenes in that game that I had to double check for. So yeah, it's like watching Breaking Bad, basically. Yeah, it is darker and dirtier humor. It is dark, dirty, irreverent humor. That's it. Dark, dirty, irreverent humor. But it's good. It's really well written. It is really well written. I admire it. I just don't feel... I learned that my opinion on one particular character may not be a popular one. Huh? Yeah, it's Adult Swim. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's Adult Swim. Archer... the Venture Brothers, etc. Which I've watched all of those, by the way. Just to let you know I can handle it. He's still on thin ice. Okay. Anyways, we should go back to what we were doing. For those who missed it, we were just talking about other stuff. Dank bought me Dispatch, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I can stream it on Discord on Friday nights, which, if you do want to stay tuned for that, folks, we do have a Discord. It is available in the description. Hotel Calaveras is welcoming to all who want to step in its doors. Now, on to Digimon Adventure 2. Directly linked to Digimon 1, Digital Monsters. Not today, not today. We'll see when I have the time, man. Digimon Adventure 2. Oh my god. Take everything, take the whole world that you loved about Digimon and put it under threat of a tyrannical Digimon lore. Immediately, you are taken aback by how much they're trying to destroy your quote-unquote childhood, even though it was just like a year ago that the original came out. The characters in this one are much more vulnerable. They're under the tutelage of the original cast. Digi-Armor Energize! Yeah! And a brand new Digivolution that like, everything you knew about the original Digimon, how it worked, everything about that, it's all thrown out the window and restricted. And it's so good how they introduce all the characters. They're not copies. They are not copies of the original cast. They are brand new characters that really bring the same kind of flavor, but require the old ones to really guide them through this new kind of digital world. And characters change allegiances in this series. Like, some become good, some teeter towards doing too much for the sake of good. Things happen in this series. And my favorite character, without going too much into detail, is the Digimon Dark Lord. For reasons I cannot get into. His character arc throughout the entire series is so phenomenal. Once again, the world is under threat at all times throughout this anime. The outside world is under threat throughout the entire series. I don't know, I think the character in TK in this one was kind of a copy of TK from the original, even has Patamon as a partner. Well, when you put it like that... No, but yeah, that's the best part about Digimon Adventure 2, is that all your favorite characters are growing up and dealing with class and balancing all of that while meeting new friends and new foes and new characters and new ways to digivolve and new digivolutions and new ways to... Nice 20 stream streak, congrats B. It's so much fun. It improves on everything the original does, and it's so much more darker too. Oh my god, it's so much more darker. It is a major improvement on the original, so it gets a 9. It is so superb. Everybody just like has so much life to them in that series. And the insane digivolutions you see later on during it. Oh, unless I forget, this features the appearance of Black War Greymon. Of him, I cannot speak anything of, but he's voiced by Steve Bloom, and that's all you need to know he's a good character. Steve Bloom voices a lot of great characters in the Digimon franchise, actually. Least of all is his starring role in the next in the series, Digimon Tamers. Oh my god. So, downside to Digimon Tamers. Kicking your ass later, Dank. Down to Digimon Tamers, sadly, and in a good way, does not follow any of the original series. It has the same kind of universe, same kind of basis, but it's a whole brand new cast, a brand new world, and a reimagining. 17 streak, very nice, Zombie. Thank you very much for your loyalty. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. We're just talking about anime and all the things I love about them. However, this is the Digimon that gets the most serious, that deals with the most, like, deep state stuff. Like, Digimon Tamers is crazy. Absolutely nutso. It is its own, like... I might actually have a couple of harem animes on here by accident, yes. But where was I going with this? Okay. First off, Steve Bloom is Guilmon. Lovable little Guilmon, not so little though. And he captures your heart from the very second you see him. And you want to protect that sweet little dinosaur from start to finish. And then you meet Renamon, who is a badass, and her trainer is a hard ass, and you learn why later on. Then you meet Henry, who doesn't want to fight, and yet Terriermon has to. There are so many high stakes character traits with all these kids. And there's only 3 of them. 3 protagonists. Only 3. And yet somehow, because of that, they're that much more weaker, they're that much more vulnerable, and they have so much to lose by pushing themselves further and further, questioning what it is to be a Digimon, to be a digital monster, to wreak havoc, to control your power, to have this much agency over how the world is. It explores all of that. For a kids anime, that's pretty freaking incredible, ain't it? And of course, Steve Bloom is in it twice, so you know it's a 10 out of 10. Basically, is what I'm telling you. It's a 10 out of 10, and despite that, my favorite character, although I can't go into it, is Impmon. Impmon starts out as a low-life virus-type Pokemon, and yet by the end of it, he will be your favorite. I can't tell you why, but he will be your favorite just like he's mine. I want to rewatch Tamers actually. Like somebody said already, Freerun is a 10 because it's rewatchable. So is Tamers. Although you're going to need a tissue box. You're going to need a tissue box just to wipe your eyes with and blow your nose. Because, God, it hits like a train. So many times throughout. Virus-type Digimon. Did I say Pokemon? I meant Digimon. Digimon evolutions don't make sense. There's cute starter stage and completely different animal than hot woman than God. Exactly. That's why we love Digimon. Is because it is not afraid to dip into every mythos available. It's not digital monsters, it is digital champions. They can be anything they want. They could be mecha, they could be humanoid, they could be monstrous, they could literally be slime, or they could just be a super bioweapon that somebody developed. Now, exactly, how many guns can we strap on this dog? How many guns can a bunny hold? Can we make a bunny mecha? Hello, Citrina. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing okay. We're just talking mad gab about anime. I am only, oh god, I might only be 13 entries in, maybe 14. It's fine, it's fine. We'll get through as many as we can. I just want to let you know, we have 79 entries, so we're not going to get through this all. I could shotgun a little bit, but we could also go long. There. Love a good anime list rating. Well, you're in the right spot, Citrina. Now, Digimon Frontier. This is kind of a curveball entry, because it does not feature Digimon growing up alongside their partners. No. Digimon Frontier is about kids becoming Digimon. Which is a weird concept to say out loud, but the way it's executed is kinda cool. Initially, I was like, but there's no Digimon. What is even Digimon about, man? Different. It's different every time. Trust me, it's the most evolving series out there. Like, they reinvent the wheel almost every series they do at this point. I don't even know what Data Squad is about, but I need to watch that next. But Digimon Tamers is about becoming your own strength. Rah, rah, rah. Yes, yes, yes. We're about to hit that. We're about to hit that. And this date over here is incorrect. I watched that like 2022, 2021, maybe even like 2017. Now that I think about it. It's such a good anime. So I will touch on this because there's not much I want to say about Frontier, except that it's good. However, there were several problems with it. One, there was no Digimon to grow up alongside, but the spirit of Digimon is what lingers with them. The spirit of these Digimon is ingrained into their DNA, and they grow through it by not just relying on these powers, but also their own judgment, overcoming their own problems, overcoming their own fears. And every one of these characters of the 5-character cast, is so human. And like definitely designed to prey on like kids' insecurities. But I don't remember any of their names. Good character design as always. The world of Digimon is always a treat to be in. Yet again, it does not tie into Tamers or the original Adventure series. It's its own thing. It's its own kind of rules. But damn does it go places later on. The only thing holding it back from being anywhere near the first two, though, the first three, at 7, is the transformation sequences are never cut down. They try to overlap them at the same time, but like I said before, if you cut out all the transformation sequences from Digimon Frontier, which do not get cut down at all, you would have 10 minutes of runtime per episode. But it's also really good, but it's also got a twist. Oh my god, wait. No. It stays at 8. It stays on par with the original Digimon series, where it's got flaws, but it's also gonna kick your ass emotionally. Also, without giving anything away, there are twins in the series, which I think was a series first back in the day. So, moving on. Rah. Holy shit. Everybody who has watched this series, all you need to hear is the word, the Dollars Gang, to immediately be transported to a world of pain and suffering. Or hear the word Celty and just start weeping. Feeling something. There's a whole lot of... actually no. I started on like Dragon Ball Z Kai, I think, back in the day when Hulu had it, but I have not watched enough. I have not watched any of it, actually. The Dollars Gang. So, Durarara is, as somebody has explained it, it is a sort of a Quentin Tarantino-esque anime, but at the same time, it's got a cohesive plotline. It's got a cohesive world, and yet again, it is nightlife themed. I kind of have a weakness for that, because I never really got to experience nightlife, although I've been around a city quite a long time. Durarara is told through 3 different mediums. You get snippets of the undergrowth of fantastical bewitchery within Tokyo. If I recall correctly, that's where it is. I could be mistaken. I think I'm mistaken. Hold on. I'm going to look up... going to click that synopsis real quick. Tokyo, yeah. Ikebukuro. So, it starts out with urban myths, a headless rider rolling around town. And underneath all of that is even more monstrosity, even more craziness, even more mythical elements that integrate with Tokyo's life night. Yeah, it is that one. It is that one. That's Celty. But the reason it's so impactful is because the further you get into it, the more you realize that the monsters are not the key problem with Ikebukuro in this series. It has to do with multiple other factors, and it turns into like an introspective of what makes a monster and what makes a human. What makes you a good person, what makes you a bad person. And then on top of it all, you've got some killer cast members that have so many different facets to them. It's the most human cast I think I've ever experienced. Like, typically when it comes to anime, they're like one-sided, they're like the bait, they're the fan service, they're etc, etc. But these characters have so many facets to them. You don't get to see all of them until you reach the final episode. And when you do, all of these characters will stay stuck in your mind for the rest of your life. It is an impactful anime. It is a it challenges you to rethink everything you understand about your typical anime. And yet, I can't think of a single thing that's wrong with it. Like, it has great animation, great characters, great character design, great world design despite being just another cityscape, and just amazing encounters with what would be everyday individuals or everyday situations that are even more monstrous than all the craziness happening around them. It is crime and mythical mayhem. And it's a good goddamn anime, and you need to go watch it. And just to prove how good it is, you cannot buy the series, which I have looked up. Durarara. Full series. How much is it nowadays? Durarara box sets. Complete series only for $102. Blu-ray. And that's on UK imports. It is insanely expensive to own the full series of this, which tells you how much it is beloved worldwide. Yeah, 102 for a UK import. That's pretty cheap. Well, that's because it's outside the US, I think. I'm not so sure it can run on our DVD players or Blu-ray players. But regardless, you need to watch it. It's available on stream. If it's available on streaming services, you owe it to yourself to watch it at least once. And I think there's a sequel series to it, Durarara X2, and I have not watched it yet. I'm not sure if I want to. So, moving on. Yet another 10 out of 10. Frieren. Journey's End. Beyond Journey's End. A lot of you here have watched Frieren, and you will agree with a 10 out of 10 off the bat. And for those of you who haven't, she's so meat-coated. Powerful, yet a passive kind of powerful. I agree. Your true power is laying dormant only because you're still hungry. So, Frieren, first off, it is a true fantasy anime, which is hard to come by in a world of isekai slop. Second, it is about a uber powerful mage who is not only smart, who is not only gifted, but also smart, intelligent, willing to outwit. And third, what if you outlived your legend? What if the world-ending creature that was threatening to destroy everything you held dear was defeated, and you outlived that legend of Zelda, that legend of Fire Emblem? What if you outlived that? That is what Frieren challenges you to think about. And it's ranked number 1 for a reason, and I still have yet to watch Season 2 because it doesn't have a dub yet. But all of that culminates into such an interesting, like, redo of the classic fantasy story of heroes and villains, monsters and devils. And what happens when that legend dies with you. So Frieren moves on from all of her past compatriots getting old, going away, going on the final journey. And so she takes one more journey. Yeah, Frieren Season 1's only competition is Frieren Season 2, yes. And of course, even though years pass by like seconds to Frieren, we get to experience all of this through her eyes. And we see the characters grow up. You know, it's like watching Giant, for example. Giant is an old movie about a landowner striking it rich with oil, raising a family. And it is a 3-hour movie, if I recall correctly. 3.5. Why is it 3 hours? Because they go from when his son is born to when he is an old man barely hanging on to what's left of his property. It takes its time showing you a lifetime. And that's kind of what Frieren does. Every episode is some kind of time jump. Every arc is some kind of time jump. And you watch people pass away. You watch Frieren outlive so many of the people she called friends. And try to fight through the regret that comes with it. It is a 10 out of 10 anime for so many reasons. The visuals, the writing, the magnificent quotable lines, Frieren herself as a character, and everybody we meet through not only her memories, but her experiences. 10 out of 10. Need I say fucking more? All your viewers need to know is big-ass Hamburg steaks. Exactly, that is the best part about it. That dwarf has good taste. Okay, moving on somehow. Oh my god, we're already... 7, 8... Oh my god. Already at an hour and a half. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep fighting as long as we can. We might only get halfway through this. Okay. This is an oddball. Ooh, lucky. Hamburg steaks are fun. Okay, Fruits Basket. Now, so the reason I watched this is because I've heard Fruits Basket so many... Oh, Himoto Umaru-chan, yeah. I can touch on this one really quick, actually. Himoto Umaru-chan, there's not much I can talk about it, actually. It's good. Sadly, recently the inspiration for Umaru-chan did pass away. The artist of the manga did let us know about that. But if you want to know where all the memes come from, or all the GIFs come from, it's a good watch. It's a good watch, actually. It's really fun. It's got some fighting game references in there, but it's just kind of like a slice of life. Literal slice of life anime. You know, you watch it because you want to understand it. And it's not very deep, but it's a good popcorn anime. Definitely, I'll call it an 8. It's very fun, very cool. It's a lot about being a NEET. And speaking as a streamer, that's exactly what I am. Help me. Yeah, good anime. Good anime. Definitely worth watching at least once. Fruits Basket is one I watched because I've heard it so many times mentioned in other VTubers like anime lists. Why is that? It's because it's a high school romance and it's supernatural, and it's literally what spawned the I fell in love with a supernatural boy who goes to my high school trope. It might be the one thing that popularized it, but it did it well, because not only is it like who's she gonna go for kind of anime, it also once again has really good characters, real good VA by the way by Laura Bailey, who voices the protagonist, and serious family drama. Yeah, it's got some quirks about it. Sure, go ahead, Tony. Be my guest. I may have seen it, and it may not be on this list. No. I have not seen it, and I probably won't. I have heard things about High School of the Dead, and I'm not sure I want to watch it. I'm not sure I can handle it. Fruits Basket, okay, in a nutshell, because there's not much I can talk about this. Yeah, call me coward all you like. In DMs, Tony, in DMs. If you gotta explain it, do it in DMs. It's not because it's bad or anything, it's just like, I know you're gonna have a lengthy explanation for it. So, anyway, in a nutshell, because I can't really talk about it too much, Don, it's on my to-do list. Thank you for telling me why I shouldn't. Rosario Vampire is on my dropped list for that exact same reason. I do need to watch Don. I know the intro was everywhere. I know everybody loves it. I still need to watch it. But Fruits Basket is a fun time. Good characters. It's really shoujo coded. Like, I don't think I had any reason to watch this other than that I'm a sucker for romance anime. God, that's too young. That is too young, faves. That is too young. I would say if it's your cup of tea, which for me, I'm a sucker for romance anime. It's high school anime though. So it feels like what every high school romance anime wants to be, with a nicer twist to it and very on the edge of your seat. I need to stop giving out 8s all the time, but then again, I watch pretty good anime. It's really about accepting who everybody is despite all the flaws given to them. And whether or not you can look past that as somebody's partner. So, personally for me, it struck a chord because, you know, I've talked about this before. God, phase, how... God, I was such a sheltered kid, I realize. Anyway, moving on. But Fruits Basket hits a chord with me because I've talked about this before. I'm a mean looking individual IRL. Not just because I'm a skeleton, but because I got some mean looks that scare people every now and again. So watching a romance anime about accepting somebody for who they are and not what they are is very nice. It's a very nice message I enjoy. I will put Don on the docket at some point. I just keep finding interesting anime on Hulu. Showed her a gif from the anime. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I can imagine. You watched all that behind your mom's back. Yeah. Nah, a lot of us watched a lot of stuff we shouldn't have. 10. Gurren Lagann. Oh shit, wait. I'm gonna piss Michael off here, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna say 9. So, for anybody who doesn't know Gurren Lagann, it is a mecha anime that has so much amount of anime power of friendship bullshit, but you can't not hate it because it's so well animated. It's got such good characters, so many emotional moments, So much like bro energy. It is amazing. However, even though the character designs are amazing, even though it's a mecha anime, which is hard to do, and even though it is a supremely amazing anime start to finish, the one thing holding it back is the amount of anime bullshit it decides to pull. Like, the power of friendship breaks every rule of logic here. And that's okay with me. That's okay with me. But I don't know, man. There are some things I'm thinking of. Yeah, no, I understand what regret watches are like, yeah. I don't know. Is it a 10? Is it a 5? Is it a 9? Is it a 10? Is it a perfect anime? Is it a perfect anime, Ricky? Is it a perfect anime? Oh, I'm waiting for the hate coming in DMs. I'm waiting for the hate coming in DMs. Yoko was an awakening for me. I think she woke up a lot of things in everybody. Not gonna lie. The character design is at the very least, like, if you want to say anything about Gurren Lagann being pervy, it's equal opportunity pervy. Like, the amount of shirtless dudes in the anime, holy, and shirtless ladies, dear God. It is a lot of skin in that anime. But it's set in the desert, so what are you gonna do? I think it stays at a 9. Yeah, and it's also Studio Trigger. So it's great. It's awesome. Does it deserve a 10? Is it a perfect anime? Let me think about this, because, like... fuck yeah, it's perfect. Hold on. No, I have to give it a 10, because it made me weep like a baby. I still haven't watched BNA, sadly. It's a 10, because the amount of investment you have by the end of it is unimaginable. And it took me so long to finish it because of how much, like, the characters changed and grew. And I'm not loyal to studios, unfortunately. Maybe I should. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I've been wanting to watch, but I keep getting distracted by what's on Hulu's page and being lazy and not looking up stuff. Now, Gurren Lagann, it's a must-watch. It's a must-watch. Oh, it's Mecha? Okay. There's a lot of stuff on my to-watch list, honestly, but right now I'm working through the rest of Hanako-kun. I've got like 3 more episodes, and it's like on the cusp of doing something crazy. I need to finish it already, damn it! What is it, Tony, then? What are you freaking implying? You need to be very specific. Animal-based one? Why would I be interested? Why would I be interested in that particular... Anyway, never mind. Moving on. Gurren Lagann, 10 out of 10. Go watch it. It's gonna make you cry, weep, especially if you're a man. You are gonna shed many manly tears. When I get the time, Tony. Right now, I've got some other stuff I'm working through. Okay, Himoto Umaru-chan. Did I rank Trigun? Or watch Trigun? It's really the only anime I've seen. Only opinion I have here. I have watched a little bit of the original Trigun. I have not watched Trigun Stampede. Yeah, right, Dank. Yeah, right. You don't feel anything when I say big bro, do you? Hmm? You don't feel a thing? You don't feel a thing. I'm sure. The original one is goofy as shit. I do enjoy it. I have not watched it in a while though, because the dub is hard to watch. But that's just because it's like 80s anime dubbing. Maybe I should watch it in the original, I don't know. Alright, moving on. Imoto Imoto-chan. Good anime. Fun. Very fun. Definitely like one you just want to relax with a bowl of chips, popcorn, etc. It's a good palate cleanser. Definitely watch it when you've like watched too heavy an anime. They are good. They are good in their own way, yeah. But I do need to finish Trigun. He's a red-coded character with a gun. Why shouldn't I watch him? Horimiya. I don't have Horimiya 2 on here. Interesting. I wanted to be Umaru-chan so badly. Oh, God. Yeah. I was Umaru-chan at some point. And look where I am now. I have GERD. Anyway, moving on. Horimiya. Interesting high school romance, actually. Unique art style. Don't over-consume, folks. It'll hurt you in the long run. Horimiya is a 7. I like it for a lot of reasons. I really enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. It's very wholesome for a high school romance. That being said, it's also another one where it's like accepting somebody for who they are and not what they are, but it goes way too quickly. It goes way too quickly. It doesn't feel realistic, but at the same time, like wishful thinking, maybe? I don't know. It's an acquired taste, I think, of a romance anime. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's just a high school romance. Like, there's not much really to take away from it other than like people doubting themselves. No, not Promised Neverland. I've heard the second season doesn't exist, but the first season is amazing. It's definitely on my to-watch list, although I don't know if I can actually sit down and not cry like a baby watching it. I've heard tear boxes. I've heard tissue boxes are a mandatory thing. So yeah, Horimiya, it's okay. It's okay. It's definitely more of a quote-unquote realistic high school romance. It does end at graduation and then continues on for second season to revisit some things. Avatar: The Last Airbender. No, I missed out on that because I didn't have Nickelodeon back in the day. 20 great mangas. Gotcha. Definitely a shock? Gotcha. Okay. I know I'm lame. I am partially based, partially lame, all parts Ricky. It's a shocker, I know, but I've never seen Avatar. I missed out on an entire generational anime, I know. Especially that one. But, again, let me remind you that I grew up poor, and I grew up without cable a lot of the time. Like, my cable experience was at grandma's, abuelita's. She had cable, and so I ended up watching Cartoon Network. Me and Kay ended up watching Cartoon Network. Very little of Toonami because we never stayed long. We never stayed overnight at her place. All right. Maybe I'll give it a check. I'll check it out. Just buy the DVDs. That's how I watched it. Oh yeah, I think it's also on streaming as well. It's definitely one I should watch for sure. Okay, I will touch on this very briefly. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. You want to learn about Japanese economics and disaster control? You want to learn social studies, kiddos, while you're watching your isekai anime? This is the one for you. It's not really. No. Like... Shush, B. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay, but I would not consider it like groundbreaking or anything. It's an isekai anime for starters. The main hero is a what is the word he used a lot? He's a scholar of shit, what is it? He's a Renaissance diplomat. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Okay. Aspiring civil servants. No, Frieden. Kazuya. Yeah, so basically he rebuilds an entire kingdom because he's a social studies major at 19 years old. And Machiavellian, that's it. He uses Machiavellian logic and modern Japanese infrastructure to rebuild this kingdom of fantasy and fame. And of course, because it's an isekai anime, it's a harem anime. I was sorely disappointed the more girls he picked up as his consorts. And yet he was just trying to run a kingdom. I enjoyed the social studies aspect. I enjoy economics. I enjoy, like, world building like that. But then the harem route started, and it was like, okay. And now you're just going through, like, okay, yeah, you're just kind of, no, it's meh. It's really meh. Like, unless you're really, you're desperate for looking for a fantasy anime, it's not really worth your time. But if you're a nerd like me who enjoys social studies and economics and all that, and all, like, how to rebuild society from the core, ground up, you enjoy the intellectual aspects of it. But as an anime, yeah, harem and anime, like moths to a light, exactly. Is a problem, but it is what it is. Anyway. If it's your choice, if you enjoy that stuff, by all means, enjoy that stuff. For me, it just kind of becomes a distraction, depending on how it's done. Like, if it's ham-fisted like this, then it's a power trip that I don't enjoy. It's really not. Howl's Moving Castle, 10 out of 10. It is a Studio Ghibli film that is anti-war, beautifully made by Joe Hisashi. The score is beautifully made by Joe Hisashi. The voice acting in it is phenomenal, even though it's an old dub. And it's one of many that I have to get through because it's Studio Ghibli. It's so good. It's so good. What the hell is... I'm quitting heroing. I forgot what that is. Hal was Welsh? I can believe that. I can believe that. But, like... How do I sell it to you without spoiling anything about it? In a nutshell, it is about being a powerful asset and choosing who. It was Christian Bale? Holy shit! Spirited Away I have, Totoro I have, and Ponyo, and Where the Wind Rises, and Porco Rosso. I've watched a lot of Studio Ghibli back in the day. And he canonically has a door leading to Wales. Ha! Nice. Yeah, no. It's a fantastic anime. The outfits are beautiful. The characters are crazy. The plot is so gorgeous and yet so tragic. It is a bittersweet movie from start to finish. And it's a romance on top of that. Like, look at all these tags here. Adventure, award-winning, drama, fantasy, romance, all that packaged up in like 2.5 hours. Maybe 2. Even less so. Princess Mononoke, that was another one. That was another one I watched. God, how did you... I watched that as a kid too, now that I think about it. I don't remember... It had to have been like my older brother who introduced me to it. But... Howl's Moving Castle, like every Studio Ghibli film, 10 out of 10, if not 9 out of 10. The only thing holding it back is its runtime. And it's because you want more out of this universe. It's a gorgeous movie with a beautiful contraption, and you should definitely watch it start to finish. I'm quitting heroing. I need to remember what the fuck this... Oh my god, okay, this one actually went crazy. Why is it only a 7? It's not bad. Okay. So, this is not an isekai, but it's not proper fantasy either. It is a mindfuck of an anime, and I say that perfectly so. I'm Quitting Heroing is about a hero, an all-powerful, unstoppable hero, like great paladin of the kingdom, who tries to betray humanity by joining the demon queen. That sounds ridiculous. That sounds like a classic gacha anime. But he is doing it because the good people of the human world want to kill him, want to end him, he thinks. But there's so much to this anime I cannot go into that makes it so good towards the end of its season. It is a mind fuck where it goes. And the character designs on top of that are really good. Like, the supporting cast of this is so human, yet being demon. And if you ignore the fact that it, like, plays on the classic isekai tropes of the demon queen, the war of humanity versus demon kind, like, it's gonna make you fucking sob by the end of it. 'Cause it hurts. It hurts to watch this from start to finish. Like, you think it's just another fantasy, but it's not. It really plays on what it means to be the unstoppable anime protagonist. What it means to be unfettered by everything that's put in front of you. And I will tell you this, just as a way to make it more enticing, it is not set in medieval times. It is set after a world-ending calamity that reduced humanity to medieval times. Do with that information what you will. I am giving it a freaking 8. Because it is worth your time only if you're willing to invest like a couple nights watching the series. Do I think it's a great anime? Do I think it's like very much worth watching? Do I think it's perfect? No and no. But is it a great anime? Yes. It is very good. It is full on very good and definitely worth a shot if you feel like it. Kill a fucking kill. Oh my god. Okay. I will unpack this as quickly as I can because there's not a lot I can talk about here. It's been a long time since I've watched it. How is it PG-13? Wait, what? Are we talking about the same anime here? Yeah, the anime of amazing wordplay. So, full disclosure, folks. This is another Adult Swim pick. It's a crazy anime about your clothes being your power. All because fashion? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been told my voice is kind of nice. Thank you. I don't know about starting a podcast, though. I like playing games too much. Anyway, it's another revenge story. And the main protagonist, her clothing is her weapon and her best friend. It's also some of the most skimpiest design of a character armor out there for every character. And it's weirdly evocative, weirdly crazy. And the amount of insanity that Studio Trigger pulls off in this show is let alone worth watching for. Like, I don't know how to describe any of it. There is no way to describe Kill la Kill except go watch it. Your time won't be wasted. However, as a 10 out of 10, as a masterpiece, as a world-changing phenomenon, viewer discretion is fucking advised. Because that PG-13 is sorely misplaced. It's ecchi. It is borderline nude characters. There's even a faction in there called Nudist Bicho. It's It's an insane anime, and you definitely owe it to yourself to watch it. Down, Dank, down. Yeah, no bits. But it's like, yeah, it's present. It's very much present in a show about anime and whose clothes survive the fight. It is a ridiculous anime, and that's why everybody loves it. You definitely want to check it out at some point. Second ad break of the night. I think I can beat this one out easy. Okay, Komi can't communicate. I have feelings about this anime. Yeah, it's a lot of fan service. It's a lot of fan service, but it's definitely worth your time to watch a generational anime like that. Especially for the action. The action is freaking wild in that anime. But it's been forever. It's... Okay, Dank, settle down there. Yeah, it is. It's more so me. Honestly, like when I was a kid, this was definitely me. Komi Can't Communicate is about a very beautiful girl unable to process social interaction. And she more or less goes through the entire anime. Bro, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I will have you know that I did not want to talk to anybody. People had to talk to me when I was a kid. The only reason I am able to talk to you right now is because I had to get a job where I learned how to talk. That's really it. Like I had to talk at my job, and I was like, well, crap. Yeah. Same here. I feel ya. I absolutely feel ya. You have no idea how introverted I really am away from stream, guys. I have had to rebuild myself in order to be somewhat sociable. And it feels like I feel Komi on a whole different level because of that. Although I am not as beautiful as Komi, obviously. Definitely wonder if you've read the manga. Bones. That's a new one to me. Let me look that up. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here in a little bit. Bones. Manga. Let me see this. Bones manga decks. Hunter for his mother. Ooh. I think I'm looking at the right one. This looks crazy. Yeesh, that is some... If this is the bones you're talking about... There's a couple of bones here. I don't know. I see a Sherlock bones here as well. Interesting. That would be me, but... No. Quirthan over in... It's a guy who likes exoskeleton. Okay, that guy. Yeah, wow. That is a metal album and a half. It's a manhwa. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll look into that if I get the chance. It does look good. It does look like it would benefit from an adaptation for sure. That is some serious character design, but a lot of muscle. That's gonna be a pain to animate, I'm sure. Interesting. I've not watched the Crime Show Bones. Ads are about to start, so we'll be right back yapping about more anime very soon. But yeah, just to give you some context, Tony, like I said, I had no desire to talk to anybody as a kid. I had my brother. That was enough for me. I had family. I had Mama Bones, I had Papa Bones, both of which are also introverts. And then I had Cake, who has been my best friend for like 12, 13 years, and then we more or less started moving away in terms of personal tastes. So I had no desire to talk to anybody as a kid. I just stayed in my corner. I didn't like people. I didn't want to talk to people, and when people talked to me, I didn't really know what to do. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, you've told me about your past before. It's a lot of black marks. It's nothing you want to recount willingly. But going into Coming I Can't Communicate before we give the score when ads come back. It's a fun anime. It's a fun anime. Unrealistic romance as per usual. I think if I recall correctly, the Komi's love interest is kind of a ditz. And of course, it's the same usual high school romance dichotomy of a girl who's way out of his league plus a guy who doesn't really know what to do with any of these feelings. And some really cool maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. No, he's too oblivious to do that kind of thing. But a really cool supporting cast. A really cool supporting cast. Kind of, yeah. But, what was I gonna say? You know, speaking of that, Tony, although some of us, I'll respond to that afterwards. But it's definitely like a really fun time, a really fun anime, and really relatable if you've been an introvert most of your life like I have. Just of like pure social anxiety of being in a room full of people that really want to interact with you. Like people staring at you, etc. I never got approached like this as a kid. I stayed a ghost from my first days being out and going to like homeschool events. I was a ghost, and I liked being a ghost. I liked not being the center of attention. How does one what does one get as a birthday gift for a 1-year-old? A kid's toy. Something to distract them while their parents are ripping out their hair. Yeah, blankets and small plushies. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, I enjoyed being a ghost, and now I'm a streamer. A dinosaur plushie is a good idea, yeah. Yeah, pick up a plushie like from a dollar store or a toy that you know is kid-friendly, but you just have to make sure that they cannot choke on it, and they cannot like die from it, potentially. You have to pick something that's very safe for them. Maybe run it by the parents if you can, or your own mother specifically. That's a good idea. No, Dank, no, not a plastic bag. Introverts are often the extroverts of online. True, yeah. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but VTubers are all introverts. We're all people who have no self-worth, maybe not many friends, and grew up very quiet. And now we're yapping to the world about anime. Cool surprise. Welcome on back for those of you on the free side of Twitch. We're just about to wrap up Komi Can't Communicate. We did not talk much about it, but I will say my final rating? I think it's an 8. I think it is a fine 8. 7? 8. Because it's a very relatable subject to me. I enjoyed it a lot. The art is lovely. The fact that Komi barely speaks to me so much. And I wish there was more of it. You don't know me, so I can be as loud as I want here. Like how I don't know anime. Well, so Mayo, if I may make a suggestion to you, get yourself stuck in a bedroom with your TV and get a Hulu subscription. Hulu's a great way to watch a bunch of anime you don't know about. Ah, sorry about that, Kurthan. Yeah, ads are just what we have to deal with over on Twitch. It's a fact of life, but thank you for putting up with it. I appreciate it. So Komi Can't Communicate, a fantastic anime. Check it out if you'd like to. I highly recommend it. I don't remember much about it. It's a good laugh, as it says comedy. It's a great time. It's wholesome as shit. I love it. I love it. Now, I did like Cowboy Bebop, so is that one I need to... That is one you need to watch someday. Absolutely. I own the Blu-ray full series of it, and I love that. I love looking at that thing every chance I get. Now I am getting so exposed here. Oh god. Okay. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. Soul Eater is good. It is on this list, I will admit. Let me see if I can shotgun any of these. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. It was a long time ago I watched this, but I stand by what I say. It's a fantastic anime about being a weeb. It is a fantastic anime about being a weeb in love. And so absolutely mental. Like, it brings me back to those days. Self-service anime. Oh, we'll get to that. It is ridiculous, but at the same time, like, it speaks to those of us who are a child at heart. Not me per se. I more or less, like, enjoyed watching it from the outside in. Fool! Yeah. But... Oh god, there's so much I don't remember about it. There's actually so much I don't remember about it. I think I have to go rewatch this one in order to give it a proper rating. But let me see. Everybody has a stage in life. Da, 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 da. Let me read their synopsis real quick. That's right. That's right. It is about dealing with somebody who reminds you of somebody you want to leave behind. Like, not able to enjoy yourself or who you were because you can't cringe at yourself. You can't bear cringing at yourself. And that's what this anime is all about, is being able to enjoy the fun of being in those fantasy lands, even if they're in your head, even if you act them out. It's basically like it's like being a VTuber. Fuck. Chunibyo is about being a VTuber. Ah, shit. Well, that's a 10 out of 10. It is about enjoying living in a fantasy and being able to pull yourself in and out of it at a whim. Moving on. I think it's a fantastic anime. It spawned a lot of great gifts. It's got some amazing characters. I love the edgelord of nerdiness of it because I do enjoy darkness. It's great. Alright, everybody's talking about Maid-sama in chat, so let's talk about Maid-sama real quick. Right above Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I will get to that. I don't know how I survived that anime. Maid-sama strikes a little too close to home for me not to have enjoyed it. So, Maid-sama is about a girl who is a tough ass in school, like feared by all the boys. And yet, outside of school, she goes to her job as a maid cafe server. And this guy here on the left learns about her little secrets and teases her from start to finish about it because he is Mr. Cool, Mr. most popular guy in the school. And she's the most feared. This is an old-ass anime. And it goes so many different places you don't expect. Like, it gets really scary, really intimate, really, like, odd. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. It is really odd. Like, Maid-sama, what is it, Misaki? Yeah. Misaki herself is a solid character, but... Oh, thank you for stopping by, Someo. No worries, no worries. Thank you for stopping by and sticking around as long as you could. We're probably going to be going a bit longer than I expect. I have seen Ouran High School Host Club. I love it. Some aspects of it. A lot of it, though. It was a fun anime back when I first watched it as a kid. It's I don't know if I could say it's aged well, but damn, did that anime go places. Maid-sama, on the other hand, I think I kind of agree with this score here. It does feel like an 8, but the reason it struck me so much... What do I want to say about this anime before I give it a rating? It's fun looking at a dichotomy. Gap Moe is fun. And it goes places you would not expect. Like, it really, if I recall correctly what it is, it really challenges your norms and your ideas and how much you can lean into what you need to do. And on top of that, being somebody who prides himself on customer service, there was a lot of like tips on being a good servant or butler, etc., that really stuck with me as I was going through my own like work and jobs. All in all, Maid-sama, I don't want to give another 8, but should I? I think I will give it a 7 because it doesn't really go anywhere by the end of it. Like, I think it just ends, if I recall correctly. Like, overall, I think it's going to leave you wanting more by the end of it, and it doesn't really deliver on that. It just kind of ends, if I recall correctly. But it's a good time. It's a good time if you're looking for something interesting to watch. Okay. We will get to all of that and more. Lovely Complex! God, this one hurt! Okay. High school romance, yet again. Are you seeing a pattern here? Are you finally seeing that I'm a sucker for this type of anime? This one I recently watched. This one sucks to watch. It hurts a lot because it plays with your heartstrings so much, and yet both of these characters absolutely fight each other from start to finish. It's like all-out war is engaged until like maybe the last couple of episodes. But it is a short guy falls in love with a really tall girl after they say, "Oh, I'm gonna get a date before you get a date this year." And it takes the whole high school experience for once, if I recall correct. Bro, you're in for the high school experience. Admittedly, not the high school experience itself, but it's definitely like for sure. I think one of my biggest weaknesses is that high school is fantasy to me. High school is not something I understand at all. So every high school anime I watch is like, I am learning a little bit more about how test scores go. Naruhodo, so this is homeroom. Yes, What is a locker? Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, like high school, I have heard from secondhand accounts, is a terrible place. It's a terrible cesspool of emotions, attractions, who's popular and who's on the bottom. It's not a great place to be, and I think I benefited a lot from missing it, especially in my local ISD. That's probably for the smartest, honestly. but having never been through it, I never really had much opportunity to interact with people, so but we'll get into that another stream. But Lovely Complex is a fun romance kind of anime. But at the same time, even though it's like, oh, they hate each other, they love each other, they hate each other, they love each other, it's so damn sweet that it's gonna make you sick. Like, it's wholesome as shit. They don't really allude to anything like spicy. They're just like, I don't know how to deal with my feelings towards you, dog. And she's like, yeah, dog, I feel ya. I feel ya. Yeah. Rush. There was no time. There is no downtime between classes. And yet somehow all the high school dramas out there are like, yeah, we're just hanging out in between classes. Teacher won't mind if we're a little late. Teacher's gonna kick your ass if you're so much as 5 seconds late. But Lovely Complex, I highly recommend it. If only because it's like a wonderful little wholesome jaunt, and more so about feelings and coming to grips with them. And at the same time, they deal with this dilemma of not wanting anything to change, because they go from enemies to friends to lovers. It's a whole ass arc. Yeah, I can believe that. I've heard of people having to rent out lockers too. I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. It hurts. It really hurts. Like, they play with your heartstrings so much in this anime, but I appreciated every second of it. Lupin the Third, The Castle of Cagliostro. My dude, if you have not watched a single Lupin the Third anime, a single Lupin the Third movie, you need to watch it. Lupin is so much fun. Like, from start to finish, he is a wild card of a hero. He gets into car chases, gunfights, he swoons for lovely ladies, he badgers a detective who can never capture him, and it's an 80s anime. What more can you ask for? 10 out of 10, one of the best to do it. Definitely go watch it. Lupin the Third is fantastic. It's definitely a guy-coded kind of film. That is crazy. 50 a semester, dear God. For the entire semester? That's tough on top of like textbooks and uniforms if they had any. Okay, we need to address the elephant in the room. And the elephant being very, very evocative Dragon Maid designs. Alright. I don't know what to say about this one, except that I knew about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid for so long. And it was haunting me in my yeah, proportions are crazy in this anime. But it's such a crazy, like, it's such a crazy, like, once again, the only thing I can say about Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is that it's not my cup of tea. It's really pervy. But the plot line is really good. Because it's just about a dragon wanting to be human. And other dragons getting in the way of that. Trying to fit in. Character designs are really good. World design is kind of meh. If it's your cup of tea, go for it. But I personally wouldn't rewatch it. I've seen it once. I've seen too much. Yeah, it it gets some weird places when it comes to the Japanese fetishism. It gets really weird. Anyway, moving on. It's good if you just want to see where the GIFs are from, I guess. You know what? Yeah. Maybe drop it down to a 6. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. A fun little romance anime about being a manga artist. Learning how to be a manga artist. The trick with this one is that it's kind of a romance anime, a one-sided romance high school anime. And it was... okay, yeah. No, that is... even then, I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of fire they were playing with, but I don't really want to talk about it much more than that. Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. It is a solid anime, a solid little slice of life anime about being a manga artist, and on top of it, being a manga artist for a girls magazine. That is what it means. That is what the title implies. Let me see if I can double check the synopsis really quick. Fallen head over heels for oblivious Umetaro Nozaki. That's right. Confesses her love, hands her an unfamiliar autograph, and he's a respected shoujo manga artist. Yeah, this stud right here is a shoujo artist. And in a way, is it a reverse harem? I forget. Oh my god, I forget everything about this anime. I think I'm gonna have to skip over this one because I don't remember anything about it. I remember a lot of it. I think it was really interesting. But it was only one season and it was like 3 or 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago when I watched it. So let's move on from that. I'll rewatch it and give a proper rating later. And this list will always be public. So if you want to, you know, stock what I'm watching, this is the best way to do it. Oh my god, Mirai in Love. Holy shit, this anime. This anime is on Hulu. It's a Hulu original and it's unhinged. And it has a unique art style where it's like watercolor backgrounds that are unfinished. And it is about a school teacher who is relatable in the sense that she has fallen in love with a virtual husbando and only loves her virtual husbando. Yes, that's a Switch. It has a dating game on it that she loves dearly. Unfortunately, one of her students is madly in love with her. And as he tries again and again and again to make her fall in love with him, he goes as far as to he has the features for it, so he cosplays as her dating sim husbando. Crisis ensues, and not incest, no. It is student to teacher. It is forbidden love. Not that kind of forbidden love. Student to teacher. Totally different people. But the reason you want to watch Mirai in Love is because of how unhinged the animation style is. Like, the visual style is clear colors, cel shading, and then all the backgrounds are unfinished watercolor, all the transitions are crazy, the animation is basically non-existent. That's putting it a little strongly, but closer. It is forbidden love, yes. It is dating an underage kid. But rest assured, there is a satisfactory ending of some kind. And it's deeper than you think. It is much deeper than you think than just a young kid obsessed with their teacher. They deal with the age of consent. Don't worry. Don't worry. They understand the age of consent and the problems therein. But the amount of insanity that goes into the creativity behind this series is out the wazoo. And the supporting cast is to die for. And the writing, oh my god. The writing is so crazy. I never knew this saying until now, but one of the most out-of-pocket quotes I can pull from this anime is, "Come on, Mirai, don't you want to do the horizontal mambo with her?" And he's immediately like, stone-faced, "Of course I want to do the horizontal mambo." And then proceeds to like list off like 7 different other innuendos that I wish I could remember off the top of my head. It's ridiculous. And the euphemisms in this anime, like they treat all the feelings as their own. 13 as of 2013 was changed to 16 in some areas. Okay, Japan, get your ear in gear. You can do this. Please. For the sake of the kids, please. It's a it's a heartstring jerker. I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's gonna be stupid, guys. You're gonna have to fight through a little bit of it, but I highly recommend it because of how ridiculous it is. Because of how ridiculous it is, I think you should watch it. You're gonna laugh, and eventually you will cry. Eventually. But you're gonna laugh most of the time because of how ridiculous it is. And the dub, oh my god, the dub actors were fantastic. The dub actors were part of the reason you watch that. My Neighbor Totoro, it's been forever since I've seen it. It's a Studio Ghibli, it's a masterpiece. Joe Hisaishi, Studio Ghibli, all of it, good, watch it. Moving on. My Next Life is a Villainess. All routes lead to doom. I have watched 2 of these, so I need to double check the synopsis to see what this is. And we might cut it off at 3 hours, so we're only halfway through this. Unfortunate. I could skim through the rest of this and see what else I can touch on. Okay. Did I accidentally get the 2nd season? It's probably happened, yeah. I don't want to think about why. Oh, yep. Yep, this is the 2nd season. Prequel. There it is. I'm gonna add that to my list. Completed. And I will refresh this. There we go. My Next Life is a Villainess. I discovered this archetype like when I started watching Hulu. I don't remember when exactly I did this, but essentially, yeah, let's drop the subject for now, y'all. Moving on. My Next Life is a Villainess. It is an isekai, yes. However, it brings with it the caveat that it is a parody of dating sims. Our protagonist, is the main villainess who is set to die by the end of the series. And so, because she knows how the game turns out, she uses this knowledge to be the best person, to be the most considerate person, to be the nicest individual, to crush all these death flags. And at the same time, even though she fights hard to do it, the game, quote unquote, will work against her. Things won't turn out the way she expects them to. There will be curveballs, there will be stuff that doesn't go the way she planned. And there will be actors who know what they're in. There will be actors who know who she is, things that will come up that will be unexpected for both you and her. And I'm trying to remember if it ended on an okay note. It's been so long. Let me look at these characters. Oh my god, it did end on one hell of a... Okay. If isekai is not your jam, it's definitely going to be lower ranking. But I tell you this. Give it 3 episodes. I'm going to give it a good, because it may not be everybody's cup of tea. It's my cup of tea because I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff. I would say give it 3 episodes, and if you don't like it, don't watch it. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for personal reasons, but I would objectively give it... Actually, no. I'm bumping it up to 8. I'll bump it up to 8 because it has a lot of good stuff to it. I think if I'm not misremembering which one is which, there are 2 villainesses series on here that I could be mixing up. But I think this one was really good. Isekai is only good if it isn't a harem or the MC isn't insanely overpowered. Yeah, exactly. And this is like, yes, she knows what's coming up, potentially what's coming up next, but she also has to navigate avoiding people knowing that and growing up. Like, it is a good time. It is a good time. But it's definitely mixing in with another one I'm thinking of. I just don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's a good supporting cast on top of that too. Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, a 10 because I don't remember anything about it, but it's a Studio Ghibli. I remember it being very obtuse, very hard to follow, but I think it's only because it was when I was a kid. In my opinion, Jobless Incarnation did a really good job of making the harem work. That's one I don't know. Okay. Okay, I want to give this one a decent rating, but I don't know if I should. It's completed? So I'm working through the 2nd season right now. Okay. Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. It is my introduction to the enemies to lovers trope. Proper. Like proper enemies, proper I want to kill you enemies to lovers. But... it's also fantasy, but it's also harem, but it's also unstoppable protagonist. But it's enemies to lovers, and eventually, that honeymoon period did end. I don't know if I'd recommend it now that looking back on it, I don't know if I'd recommend it, because character design interesting, I don't know about good, and just a lot of like schlocky writing, I'm not gonna lie. It got better as time went on, and I think the fights themselves are really good, but I don't know if I can... Yeah, I'll give it an okay. I'll give it a 7. But it's not really... 98% of the animes you've been talking about I have not heard about. Well, this is a good time to write down some recommendations then. Because I have too much free time on my hands. I'm gonna be real. Like, somebody who's jobless spends time watching anime while he's eating in between working on projects. I have a little too much time on my hands. I also have a really bad habit of letting time pass me by as I accidentally get into like binging an entire series in one night. So, you know, don't be like me. It's okay that you haven't watched 80% of the anime that I've been listing. Alright, big one. Ouran High School Host Club. It's been a long time since I watched this. But let me break this one down for you real quick, for those who haven't. A girl is mistakenly recruited to be part of a host club for the rest of the high school girls. A boys only host club. If you don't know what a host club is, it's basically a type of Japanese service where somebody is paid to hang out with you. Like, you are the most amazing person in the world to them. And they are paid to, in a way, lie to you about that. Haruhi. How could I forget a name like Haruhi? But yeah, girl visits host club and breaks the expensive vase, then made to be work for them and pay back said vase. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I think the best part about this series isn't the protagonist. It's actually, like... The best part about this is how all the ensemble cast interacts with her. It's a reverse harem. Like, you don't know who she's going to end up with by the end. And sadly, the anime ends before the manga does. It really doesn't have a solid ending. But at the same time, like, you really get to understand where every single, I would say, dateable choice, I guess, comes from. Like, they're all living, breathing characters, which is not easy to say for most animes. You know, multifaceted, so many quirks, and then, of course, because they want to, they did throw in a, if I recall correctly, they did throw in a Alice in Wonderland episode or two. It happened with Black Butler as well, if I recall correctly. But it's, let me see what I can think about this anime. It's been forever. I might have to rewatch this one. I remember it being really good. I remember the characters being really good. I remember the voice actors being really good, save for the shitbird who ended up being a creep afterwards. I think it's a solid anime. I think it's a good old anime. And I think, from what I remember, it's probably up there as one I would highly recommend. I don't know about perfect. Yeah, Twincest is service. It is what it is. It is fetishism, yes. Aside from that, you know what? You make a good point. There is actually a lot of fan service in there, so I'll drop the rating down just a little bit. But it's definitely a good old anime. It has not aged well, but it's a good old anime. Finally, we've come to the series I give a shit about. Skeletons. Overlord. My favorite anime series that I'm totally not biased about. At all. You can scream all you like, Tony. This review is still happening. So, allow me to break down Overlord to you. It is an isekai anime about a guy who ran a really successful villains guild with his friends. He was a well-adjusted adult. He was well-to-do. He had a lot of fun with his buddies. It's, yeah, 20 minutes. I know. We might have to go overtime. In a nutshell, he's an uber powerful mage who landed in another world along with his minions. Did some crazy things to their coding, but essentially, if you're a fan of, like, Warcraft, Final Fantasy, you'll enjoy all the references. You'll enjoy how nerdy he is in terms of, like, buffs. He is voiced by the same guy. Specifically, the skeleton version of him is voiced by the same guy who does Yami Yugi, which is a 10 out of 10 for me. However, this is one where we have to, like, actually nitpick about each season. So the first season, a 10 out of freaking 10. It's amazing. It's astonishing. And from what I recall, it's worth the time. Whoop. No. Don't delete it. Ainz Ugon, the first few episodes you know of him, is an unstoppable monster of a beast. And then, what is it? Is it Momonga? I forget. I forget what he named his hero persona. But he plays both roles. He plays a big dual sword wielding hero who can't cast magic, and an ultra powerful skeleton mage. Fantastic. Vox Machina is sadly not an anime. It's an adult animated series. So let me see if I can get a synopsis. Yggdrasil. Slaying Democracy. Oh god, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't remember enough about Overlord, so I'm gonna glaze over this a bit. But basically, fun spellcasting, amazing war sequences, and the longer he stays in the world, the more he tries to become a villain and conquer it. This does not lead to great things, though. Like, viewer discretion is fucking advised as it goes into weirder and weirder territories, and then ends up really not good with, you know, Lord Ainz committing mass genocide. And lizards. If you want to understand what I mean by lizards, you're gonna have to watch all the way to 4. But the longer it goes, the less okay it becomes to support Ainzul Gon. Like, he becomes a villain, a proper villain. And the show goes some crazy places. Like, it's dark fantasy. Let me tell you that straight up. It's dark fantasy. People fucking die in the most grotesque ways possible. But I loved every second of it. I personally loved every second of it. In fact, No, that stays a 7. Because that was such a terrifying... Yeah, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain, and my god. There is no worse villain out there now than Dread Lord Ainzul Gon. I can't even... every time I say it, every time I think about it, I just hear it in his voice, like, Ainzul Gon. Always have protections against time stop magic. Yeah. It also gets up some crazy nonsense when it comes to magic versus magic fights. It's a fun fantasy. It's just really dark and gets darker the longer you watch it. Ponyo! What a slap in the face. Great. I will call it great. I will give it a 9 out of 10 because I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay. It's still a great Studio Ghibli film. It's not my favorite though. Porco goddamn Rosso. So relevant to today. Also amazing flight sequences. Amazing characters. A wonderful mythos behind Porco Rosso himself. And a great ending for a hero. Princess Mononoke. Such a sad, tragic movie. I want to say it's about, like, being uneco-friendly. But a great movie nonetheless. And it's really going to tug your heartstrings from start to finish. Ooh, Romantic Killer. Okay, I see Soul Eater right there. We have so many more to get through. Anything under 9 is criminal. Yes, for Studio Ghibli, yes. Okay. Romantic Killer. Okay, so this is a Netflix anime. That's already a problem, but for being a Netflix anime, it's really good. Essentially, you have a main protagonist girl who is a NEET who looks as beautiful as that. Doesn't really make sense, but you know what? It's anime. Roll with it. And essentially, she becomes ensnared in a spell. Okay, let me read the synopsis for you, actually. It'll do a better job. Anzu Hoshino needs only 3 things in her life. Video games, chocolates, and her beloved cat. Unlike other high school girls, Anzu has no time for or interest in romance. But as she begins playing a poorly programmed 3D Otome game, a bizarre flying wizard named Riri emerges from the screen and calls Anzu Subject 1, the first person who experienced a dating game harem storyline in real life. It is a reverse harem game. It is a reverse harem story. Or I guess, it is a proper harem story. But she fights tooth and nail despite supernatural circumstances bringing her closer to 3 individuals who are, at first, like your average dating sim tropes. But even though they were like drawn towards her, they're really, really injured men. Like seriously dealing with a lot of shit. Like not every dating sim-esque kind of anime presents men like that as vulnerable. They're more like machismo, or they're like, come with me, princess, etc. But this one has like goes into a lot of dark places. Like even deals with like stalking at some point, because one of them is the popular kid. exactly that. So it's a nice, refreshing little anime about being in a dating sim kind of world. And it goes some crazy places too, and funny. It's a funny kind of romance. And of course, the mascot character. Kick the mascot character. He is hated throughout all the series, and that is exactly what kind of life he deserves. I agree with the overall score here, an 8 out of 10. It's worth checking out. Soul Eater. Oh my god. Oh my god. This anime defined a lot of me. Yeah, Black Paper Moon, a song I wish I could sing. Soul Eater is a badass anime from start to finish. If you were looking for something to represent your inner goth, this is it. Isn't it the one with the ice scythe? Yes, and the living scythe. There is such stark character design in this game. Like Death the Kid, the main protagonist, the kid, the like Naruto wannabe kid. So many great characters in this. You owe it to yourself. Plus Dr. Stein. Oh my god. Black Star, thank you, yeah. Hang on. And Death himself. Death himself makes an appearance here, albeit goofy. And the music in this on top of that. Music, who could forget Excalibur? Yeah. So many amazing, and on top of it, it is kind of a high school anime. Oh my god. This anime influences, I want to say like 90% of the voices I can do. There's so much you can pull from this anime in terms of dubs and character design and the dualies. I can remember so many like characters and OCs being drawn back in the day, like with his stupid dual wielding style of reverse, like inverted grip using your pinkies to be triggers. It's so John Woo ridiculous coded. It's a good time. I have a unnecessary ping. Good to know. Soul Eater will go down for me as possibly one of my favorite anime. Definitely worthy of a 10 out of 10. I personally think. I need to rewatch it at some point. Because I have forgotten a lot of it, but I still remember the distinct voices everybody brought to the table. Set on the same timeline as Fire Force 2. That's another one I have to watch. Okay, Spirited Away, 10 out of 10. Such a grotesque masterpiece. Don't watch it while you're eating stuff, because it is full of body horror. But Spirited Away is so mystic, so unreal of a movie. Okay, what do I have to say about Spy Family? I have a lot to say about Spy Family. Specifically, I have a lot to say about my connection with the setting. So the setting is in a fictional East and West Germany. But it has an anime twist, even though it's European based. You know, The Spy Family is about Operation Strix, a covert operation meant to keep the peace in Ostania and Westalis. Our hero is Lloyd Forger, aka Twilight, who ends up having to prop up a family unit to go undercover in the enemy state. I forget which state we're in exactly. I think we're in Ostania. And of course, you have the quirky pair because he didn't bother checking their backgrounds thoroughly. His wife is a assassin working undercover as well, and their kid, who they adopted, is a psychic who gets on so many little quirky adventures and reads both of their minds and understands, oh god, I'm in danger. This is one of the few animes that I read the manga before I watched the series. I was so excited when it got announced that it was getting a TV adaptation. And you got that phantom build for real. Yeah. Small little ankle biter. That's for sure. Not definitely twice as smart as Anya though. Definitely twice, if not 5 times as smart. Yeah, that's your choice. I gotta watch it legitimately for personal reasons, but the main reason I really enjoy it is because Papa Bones is really invested, or back in the day was really invested into investigating East and West Germany in terms of like medals, uniforms. So I'm very familiar with all of the inspirations that this series has. So watching it is a bit like going down memory lane when it comes to the character designs and world designs. And the action, the writing, the spy thriller. My Papa Bones also loves the Man Who Came In From the Cold. He introduced me to a lot of spy thrillers. What was it? There was a spy thriller that came out recently by Steven Spielberg about trading for a pilot. What was it called? Tom Hanks Cold War movie. Bridge of Spies, that's right. Papa Bones really wanted to go see that, and it's a great movie in itself, but it also deals with East and West Berlin. I personally think it's a masterpiece. It's a generational masterpiece because Spy Family not only has a great base, but it also has a crazy animation studio behind it that is willing to go so experimental. That's okay. Subjective, yes, I'll admit. It's not really recent. But you definitely want to check it out because they do such crazy shit with the characters, with the art, and the inspiration for it is already a solid base. It is an amazing series. Watch it. Watch it. I cannot think of a single thing that's wrong with it. Aside from maybe, overstaying. Maybe you're not a fan of Anya's antics at school. Maybe you're not a fan of Twilight's as a character. But, oh my god, the most recent season hits like a fucking truck to your heart. Okay. Can I tough it out to get to 80? If I shotgun a lot of these, maybe. Okay. Speed round. I'm gonna give myself 30 more minutes. And if you've got any questions, you can say, Ricky, stop. I need to understand why you enjoy this. So, Teasing Master Takagi-san. It's a childhood romance. Very good. A lot of teasing, a lot of fun little wholesome stuff. Don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea though. Case Study of Vanitas was a very good watch. Yes. I think it is a majorly impactful one. Apothecary Diaries. Still need to find some way to watch the next season. Honestly, 9 out of 10. great series, beautiful, beautiful visuals, interesting period drama, and silly cast of characters. Case study of Vanitas. 10 out of fucking 10. I love this series because I love Dandywear, I love the characters, and I love the magic within. Hello, Rupee. It's so good. Initially, you think like, oh, it's a doomed romance. No, it is so much more fucking deeper than that. It is a vampire thriller that is so good, so well animated, hurts so much, and makes you feel things you never thought possible. And it's very, very evocative, I must admit. Like, they treat a vampire's bite as something else entirely. Very, very much playing with your emotions there. I love it. Danger's in my heart. Okay. It's another mismatched couple. A model and an absolute dweeb who thinks he's an enemy to the world. I don't know what I saw in this one except that it was really well animated and beautiful. And the high school romance is one of my weaknesses, but I think it's a solid entry. I don't think it's great. There's a lot of stuff it just bullshits. But I appreciate it. Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy. It's not good. It's not really that great. It's pervy. It's really pervy and goes some really weird ways in terms of like characters you really should not be going after. But it's got really cool character designs. That's all I can really say. Disastrous Life of Psyche K. Take the entire... Wait, what the fuck? 120 episodes. Wait, what? How much have I missed of this series? I don't think I watched 120 episodes. Must have been a lot only released in Japan. Yeah, probably. Probably not a lot of dubs. Although, I could have also accidentally... It is an anime. 120 episodes. I'm not too sure I've watched all of them, because I think I only remember watching 2... Yeah. Yeah, it is held back a lot. It's a good, funny, quirky anime about anime. I think it at least deserves an 8 because of how ridiculous it goes, how hard it goes, but it's so held back. It's so held back by its meager budget. Oh, Misfit of Demon King Academy. I wanted to like this one. But it's just... The restraints placed on it made it how good it was? Oh, is that what you mean? Still an 8. Still an 8. It is a good time. It is a good time. I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's like up there in terms of like the greats, but it's definitely a good time if you enjoy like anime parody and goofy character design. It's a self-aware anime. I think I will get into the Misfit of Demon King Academy after this ad break. Gonna head out, but I'll be lurking. Thank you, Quirthin. Appreciate you lurking and appreciate you stopping by. We hope to see you again if you'd like to follow along. I will be probably not talking about anime next time unless it's on an ad break, but definitely gonna be back around 7 p.m. Central on Sunday for some more Dark Souls 2 if that's your flavor. That's never changing. Oh man. Okay. We'll take a small break here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break myself, stretch my legs, etc. So if y'all feel like it, stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, we're back. I feel much better. My voice doesn't, but I feel much better. Alright, welcome back, folks. Thank you for being patient on both the YouTube side and the Twitch side. We are back in action. We're gonna finish this damn list. So, let's talk about the Demon King of Misfit Academy. Oh, man. Okay, so, it is not an isekai, technically, but it is a rebirth. The Demon King lost the war, was in the middle of a war on humanity 1,000 years ago. In order to end the war, he sacrificed himself and sent himself into the future 1,000 years. Reborn as a bouncing baby boy who took 3 months to mature and enters Demon King Academy, where the next Demon King is to be groomed into a fine dark magician to save the demon world, who aren't actually demons, they're just like humans who have magical powers. There were a lot of problems with this anime, but really good character design. Like, the uniforms themselves are really cool. They're simplistic. They have shields. They have shoulders. They're really cool. And the character designs, like the neck, like the character designs, the character personalities are all really good. The supporting cast. The thing that ruins it is the protagonist. I forgot his name because it's so much of a, yeah, Anos Voldigod. Such a mouthful to deal with. But it's, I don't know. I think it's an okay fantasy anime, if that's your thing. But the curse of the unstoppable protagonist, the curse of the Superman, really ruins this anime. Because he has an answer for everything himself. As long as he's involved in a situation, you bet your bippy that it's gonna get resolved just fine. Nobody's gonna die. A lot of people do, almost. But like the supporting cast, like the Necron sisters. That's a spoiler. I almost let go of a spoiler. And God, so many amazing. Wait a frickin' minute. I just realized something. Where is... Oh my God. How is my favorite anime not on here? Hang on. I need to go rectify this. I just realized we went well past the D section without seeing my favorite actual anime. Wow, okay, where's my search bar on this? There it is. Wow. Holy. I can't believe that. No, wait, no, that's not what I want. Is it? There's this one, yeah. Remove that. I do not need that there. Okay, that and completed. Wow, I can't believe I didn't put that there. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm thoroughly disappointed in myself. All right, starts with a D. I hope y'all can guess already which one this is, just by me saying that. By all means, Wonton, we got a little bit more time before we end tonight's Death fucking Note. How is that not on there? Danganronpa, no. Death Note. My favorite anime. 7 Seconds to Battle. I will put that on my to watch list. How the fuck did I not put that there? I'm ashamed of myself. I thought I did too. Like, it's, of course, it's a 10 out of 10. It is not an anime. As memed as it is, as much introspective talk there is of Death Note, it is not a terrible anime. It is a non-anime. It is a thriller series. It is a killer series. It is a mortifyingly amazing, stellar series from top to bottom. Adding that to my watch list. One moment. No, but Death Watch is my favorite anime because it is like... It is a killer hiding among the sheep. It is a black sheep hiding among the sheep. And it is so good because of that. Hold on. Things are not loading. Okay, I will deal with that later. 7 seconds to battle. I seen it. I will look it up when I get the chance. But yeah, no, Death Note is my favorite. Not just because it's like the premier goth anime lover. To battle. Not because it's like the premier goth anime fan series, but because it's like when you actually watch it, when you give it the time of day, when you don't think about the memes and how Ryuk is eating apples all the time, and how the Death Note works, it is a fucking phenomenal chess game that you get to watch in real time, from start to finish. It is about vengeance, it is about stopping a supernatural killer that you, the viewer, know exactly who it is. It is, in a way, the greatest episode of Columbo that Columbo has never been in. Think about that. It makes sense. Moving on. I love that series. I love it to bits. It outdoes Soul Eater for me because of how fucking gripping it is. Amazing show. 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10 even. Watch it. As for the misfit of Demon King Academy, it itself is ruined by its main protagonist. If you're scraping the bottom of the bear... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, do I have to... Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart Vivaldi and see if that fixes it. Because, I think, MyAnimeList is not liking me at the moment. Okay. Let me fix this. Okay, new tab. It could also be that MyAnimeList may also just not like me at the moment. It may be kicking me off. But who's to say? I might have been like refreshing too much to get the list updated. Let's see if this works now. Battle game in 5 seconds. I'll write that down as well and double check. I did see something for battle game in 5 seconds. I'll look that up afterwards too. Funky one, huh? Okay. Sounds interesting. Okay, let me see if that worked. Shit, okay, cool. We're back in action. And boom. There we go. Okay, cool. Where were we? Almost done, folks. But anyway, Misfit of Demon King Academy gets a 7. There's a lot of redeeming qualities to it, but the main protagonist is the worst part about it. It's a good anime. It's just not great. Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, from Villainess to Savior. It's a villainess anime. It actually has a lot of crazy twists and turns. The characters become self-aware that it's a game. It gets life-threatening. It's an okay anime. Would I call it the best? It was my introduction to the villainess category. I would not call it great. I would call it good. And that's perfectly fine by me. Hydrate, you got it. I already took a stretch break. I was taking one off screen. Ugh. Ah, that's nice. My hands must have been really held together with glue. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna stop refreshing the page because it might be trying to kick me out for re-polling too much. I'm gonna call this one a 7, 8? 7, yeah. It's a good introduction to the villainess category, but it's a self-contained kind of anime. Okay, yet again, Ricky has to explain why he's watched another harem anime. Okay, give me a break here. The quintessential quintuplets is a... Oh, that does sound nice. I wish I could do that. It's mostly in the hands and joints, like knees, for example. I think... Okay, so the quintessential quintuplets, obviously, I will admit, really ridiculous and fan servicey harem anime. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Plus side, it really teaches you to pay attention to details about people. You know, like any kind of sibling doesn't like being compared to their own sibling. Even if it was like twins, quintuplets, brothers, sisters, cousins. Well, cousins, that's a far stretch, but nobody likes to say, hey, you're just like this person. So you learn over time. It's like a lesson in learning to understand somebody on a fundamental level. And at the same time, it is a fun, like, kind of guessing game. Yeah, I know, Tony, I know. But it is a fun guessing game kind of romance anime. And a fun, and a little bit comedic, but damn. Jeez, the fan service on this one. I think if you're astute and observant, you will get your answer well before the series ends. For me, I didn't get in until the very end. I didn't understand who was going to be chosen until the very end, so I enjoyed my time. Would I rewatch it though? No. And that's why it stays a good. I think I enjoyed my time with it, but I definitely would not rewatch it. It's okay. The Wind Rises, Studio Ghibli, yet again. 10 out of 10, and it deals with the man who created the Zero Fighter, a plane infamous for killing every pilot it held in World War II. It's a nerdy film, and a romance film, and a sad film. It's good. Totally Bound Hanako-kun, 10. Amazing visual style. Lovely comic book, lovely manga-esque style for the first season. And such a horrifying premise when you look into it more and more and more. But Totally Bound Hanako-kun is a supernatural kind of romance. A girl asks Hanako-kun for what exactly? I don't remember, but it's like, let's see. The famous 7 mysteries that every school seems to have are staple of Japanese urban legends. Okay. Yeah, a Hanako in tradition is a girl, yes. And it basically becomes an adventure. An adventure kind of anime. Where Nene is unfortunately wrapped up in trying to keep the school from caving in on itself with all these apparitions, the 7 wonders, from just eating the school alive. With the assistance of Hanako-kun, she becomes the center of attention of every apparition in the school. It's a fun little jaunt through urban myths and legends. It's a really good time, honestly. And the art style is amazing. Now, I do need to see. Sudo Hibari. Okay, I need to double check something here. I need to double check so I'm not factually misrepresenting this. Okay, I need a new tab. Yes, that is Warhammer 40k. Why do you ask? As my background for freaking everything. I wish I could play those games more, man. Okay. I'm looking up. Let's see. It is developer. Okay, and then it's Funimation. Okay, I might be mistaken here on a couple of things. Let me double check. I think the art style is really good. The art style is amazing. I really love how like it's heavy on the outlines. It's got a lot of weight in interesting places. Of course, the VA is once again outdoes itself. The fights are fun. The creature design is amazing. The art style itself is surreal. And the longer you stay in that universe, the less you want to leave it. I assure you. Okay. Gonna look up something here. This art style is very familiar to me, but I don't know if it's like the same. Okay. No, it is not. Okay. It feels very reminiscent of yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. So it's very reminiscent to me of the Danganronpa kind of art style, where it's got like doll-like eyes, features, same kind of color palette even, just kind of a little bit more on the pastel side of things. But it's really good, man. It's really good. I really enjoy the adventure aspect of it. And the more you get into it, the darker it becomes. And I do love me some dark anime. I'm going to finish the series tonight after I make dinner, for certain. So 10 out of 10. I think it's a generational anime. A one that everybody's going to remember for quite some time. And it deals with the afterlife so lovingly. Uma Musume Cinderella Grey, 10 out of freaking 10. Best sports anime I have ever watched. Probably the only sports anime I ever watched. I will not take any ads. I will not take any questions on this one. You need to watch it. It was free on YouTube for a while. I enjoyed every second of it. I enjoy the voice acting. I enjoy it's so good that I went against my general rule of waiting for the dub. Because there is no dub. It's that good. Watch it, if you can. Moving on. It's great. It's awesome. Cygames, you did great. It was the in-house animation studio. God damn it. There was a lot of love in it. Please, Cygames, shut down that stupid AI shit, please. Moving on. Whew. Okay. Almost done, folks. We have our last couple of contenders, and one of them is a full series. All right. Vampire Knight is not one I expected to enjoy. I watched that based on hearing the ending theme. Like, I was like, okay, this is weird. This is gothic. This is chamber music. Why do I really like it? I'm gonna watch the anime, and then it turns out to be very shoujo, very shoujo, very female oriented. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, these potential love interests are crazy. It's really good. It's really bloody. It's really, really fantastical, really. And my God, I was not prepared for the ending. I was not prepared for the way it ended. But, like, it's an experience. It's an experience you have to watch. All you need to know for me to sell you on this is that it is a kind of a high school anime about a girl trapped between two worlds. She is the caretaker of the day class and the protector against the night class, who are all vampires. She is cheery, she is thoughtful, and everybody around her has some kind of dark secret that they're keeping from her. And in the end, I shouldn't spoil that. But it's a good anime if you give it the time. It takes a while. You've got a lot of monotone speaking people. You've got a lot of twinks, I guess you could call them. Really skinny dudes with really long limbs. I guess no, a twink is supposed to be small, but honestly, it gets an 8. Maybe 9? Oh God, how do I feel about this one? Looking back on it, I had a good time watching it. God, it was so like... It was... Oh God, I don't know, because I'm coming at it from a perspective of a guy watching a girl's anime, right? Catered towards girls, not necessarily a girl's anime, but like I could obviously see the fantasies that were being fulfilled during the anime, is what I'm trying to say. And I was like, yeesh, my face got flushed, I'm clutching my pearls, etc. I don't know. It's like, yeesh. It feels like a fan fiction from start to finish, but honestly, it was a good time. And a main character with a Colt 45, and a side character with a Colt 45 as his main weapon that shoots vampire killing bullets, is a-okay in my book. I think it was fun. I think it was a fun time, honestly. And it's definitely like one that people bring up in their anime lists every now and again. Violet Evergarden. Remarkably, unlike everybody else, I did not feel compelled to cry during this, but I do recognize it as a very good anime. It is set in a fictional Europe post World War I about a woman. I don't know how. But I didn't cry. It is about a girl who has lost her arms in a war, but she was built to be a warrior. She was built to kill, and now she has to re-enter society. In a way, it's a veteran story. It is a veteran story told through anime eyes. Like of Vietnam veterans or World War II veterans, take your pick. But it's definitely worth your time, I must admit. Like, it's a good damn anime. It's a beautiful damn anime. No, not even once. I don't know how. I avoided the tears. I really don't. I legitimately don't know how I avoided the tears, but I went through that series feeling sad. I could understand the tragedy, but I don't know. Maybe it was just the way her vocal tones were, just monotone, emotionless. No, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But maybe I should go back and rewatch it. It is a great anime, though. I'm not heartless. I'm just... I don't know. I work differently, I guess. Case in point. Oh my fucking god. I don't want to talk about this anime. Can we skip over the last one? I already rated it. Damn it. No, if I have to say I was heartless when I watched Violet Evergarden, I have to talk about My Lie in April and how it made me bawl like a fucking baby. So, picture this. Your Lie in April is about being a musician with high standards to meet. And a performance musician on top of that. And within this anime is expectations, music, beauty incarnate, all told through a boy who has had a traumatic upbringing in regards to his training. Every performance is like fighting through a sea, fighting to hit the right notes, fighting to stay alive. I have never seen the musical process of performance, let alone feeling it, visualized so perfectly. And on top of that, you have a main love interest who's going to rip your heart out. I can't explain why, but if you watch this series, as somebody who loves music, as somebody who loves performance, as somebody who loves anything to do with that, you're going to have your heart ripped out like mine was. That's a warning, not a guarantee. That's a warning. But it's a beautiful anime. It goes against so many conventions about anime, like the character design. You've never seen such defined noses in an anime until you've watched this one. And lipstick, and lips, and bodies, and music, and God fucking damn it, I hate what this anime did to me, but it did it right. Ugh. I have to rewatch it at some point, because I watched it a long time ago, and everything is gone from my memory. I don't know if I want to re-experience that pain again, but if you have not experienced it for the first time, do so. And now we're gonna refresh the site and look back on our horror. Because we have done it. Afro Samurai being an 8, that hurts me. But it's understandable. Black Butler being a 9, that's fine. Call of the Night being an 8, yeah. Cowboy Bebop a 10. I'm going to make Michael watch it, mark my goddamn words. Cowboy Bebop movie a 10. Death Note 10. Demon Lord Retry a 2. Demon Lord Retry R a 3. Barely redeems itself. Digimon Adventure a 9, Digimon Frontier an 8 because I missed my Digimon. Digimon Tamers a 10, Digimon Digital Monsters an 8, only because it's a little schlocky and it's the first of its kind. Digimon the Movie an 9, what the fuck are you doing? It's a 9, if not a 10. It's held back by a really schlocky English cut, but whatever. Okay, to be fair, you are younger than me. By a little bit. I'm still appalled. We're still not friends. We're not friends anymore, but... no. I don't hold you and Michael in contempt that badly. I think it's worth watching at least once in your lifetime, though. You definitely should put it on your high priority on your watch list. Digimon the Movie, 8. Digimon Durarara, a 10 out of fucking 10. Frieren, Peak, 10. Fruits Basket, 8, because it got really weird in cases, but it's a great anime. Fruits Basket, oh, an 8. Gurren Lagann, 10. Watch it. Even though it's got some problems with it, I still think it's a generational anime. Imoto Umaru-chan, an 8. It's a fun little jaunt. It's got a lot of fun fighting game references in it too, and just about being a neat. Horimiya, a 7, although it's a lovely, wholesome anime and definitely one I enjoy. Objectionably, I don't think it's great. Our Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom, a 6. It's a sloppy harem isekai anime. It's really boring if you're not really into the subject material. In fact, I will throw that shit down to a 5. It is average. It is an acquired taste. It was made for somebody like me who is a nerd. Howl's Moving Castle, a 10. I'm Quitting Heroing, an 8. It's so good, honestly. It's short, but damn does it send a message. Kill la Kill, 10. Studio Trigger makes... I watched it a long time ago and it still sticks with me. Komi Can Communicate, an 8. It should be a 9. Honestly, it should be a 9. It's really good, really fun, great supporting cast. Really, really love having the introverts have a say in the world of anime. Love Chunibi and Other Delusions, 10 out of 10 because I am an edgelord. Lovely Complex, 9. Hi, Doug. We're just wrapping up our anime list ratings. Complex, 9. It's a great high school romance anime. It's not a perfect because there are some things that don't make sense about it. No worries, no worries. How you doing? How you doing? I'm just wrapping up a longer than expected session of anime rating. Lupin the Third, Castle of Caligostro, 10 out of 10. I need to watch more Lupin the Third. Maid-sama. Kind of strange, but a fun time. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It's very pervy. It's not. It wasn't. I didn't expect it to be my cup of tea. It slightly wasn't, but you know, I had a good time. If you enjoy that stuff, it's your choice. Monthly Girls Mizaki-kun, unrated because I did not remember a damn thing about it. Mirai in Love, ridiculous romance and ridiculous animation style. Watch it. It's not perfect, but it's definitely fun. A fun ride. My Neighbor Totoro, 10. I don't remember much about it, but it's Studio Ghibli, so it's 10. Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, 8. 8, yeah. Fun anime, good supporting cast, great protagonist who wants to do right by the world that she's stuck in. Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, obtuse from what I remember, but a good movie, and Studio Ghibli, so a 10. Our Last Crusade, or Rise of a New World, great fantasy anime that is held back because it is a harem anime that gets increasingly more and more ridiculous as time goes on. Plus, it's enemies to lovers, which I'm a sucker for apparently. Ouran High School Host Club, great setting, great supporting cast, great drama. I don't remember enough about it to give it a 9 though. I do know it's a great classic anime. Maybe if I remembered more about it, I would rate it higher, but it does lose its luster because it doesn't have a proper ending. Overlord. As time goes on throughout the series, you're gonna love it less, but it's a great series to start. It's a great first season. Just be warned, it's dark fantasy. It is dark-ass fantasy, and it gets gory quick. Hanyo. Not my favorite Studio Ghibli movie, but definitely a great one to take the kids to. Porco Rosso, 10 out of 10. We love the pig. And everything he said during it has resounded louder and louder as time has gone on with the current state of the world. Princess Mononoke, it's an eco-friendly film, 10 out of 10. Romantic Killer, it's a Netflix anime that's surprisingly good. It plays on dating sim tropes, but also provides human dating options. Love it. Soul Eater, it shaped a lot of what I am today. 10 out of 10. Spirited Away, love it. Is a Studio Ghibli film that is creature feature and makes you feel like you're somewhere else. Spy X Family, 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. What is there more to say other than it's a spy thriller anime? And it's great. And it's supernatural. And it's fun. And it's great. And it's supernatural. And it's fun. And it's great. And you should watch it right now because it's on Hulu and the dub just released. Go watch it. Teaser Master Takagi-san, a fun little wholesome romance about being a tsundere. It's a good time. It's a good time. Definitely something wholesome if you need a palate cleanser from, like, really pervy anime or something. The Apothecary Diaries, a great period piece. I cannot speak to the accuracy of it, but I really enjoyed being in that little time capsule of an anime. I want to watch more of it, and it's also a detective anime. Definitely check it out. The Case Study of Vanitas. It is vampires, baby. Vampires in a fictional, like, 19th century France. I love it. I love it to bits. It's also got great music, great character design, beautiful, I say, regalia of outfits of the time. And the characters are just a die for. The characters are just a die for. The Dangers in My Heart. It's an okay high school romance of mismatched individuals. The kid thinks he's like the worst scourge ever to exist on the world and doesn't deserve any love, and the girl decides, hey, you know what? You're cool to hang out with. It's an unbelievable romance, and it's got some comedy and a lot of perversion. But it's okay. It's a good time. Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy, a 6. The Demon Lord is reincarnated as a boy and deals with a bunch of high school age girls that you should definitely not be thirsting over. Please don't. But it's got really cool character design, and I wish this anime was just about the war on humanity, because his design as a Skull Lord is sick. Aside from that, it's not really worth your time. But you should definitely check it out if you feel like that's your cup of tea. Disastrous Life of Psychic K, an 8. Fantastic parody and satire on anime as it is. Self-aware, and we all love him for it. Misfit of Demon King Academy, a great fantasy anime that's ruined by its protagonist being unstoppable from end to end. Always confident, ever faithful, and literally just makes shit up. Like, quote for quote, I made that spell up just now, is uttered at least 4 times in this anime. It's so bad. But if you're looking for fantasy anime and not finding much, it's okay. Most Heretical Last Boss Queen, from Villainess to Savior. I'm going to bump this up to an 8, actually, because it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous time, and it also goes really dark at some point. Quintessential Quintuplets. Do I feel like it did a good job of being a romance anime? Sorta. It really did a lot of twists and turns. A lot of tropey situations. Is it worth watching again? I guess is the thing I have to ask myself. Knowing what I know now, maybe? Would I pop it up to an 8, even though it's ridiculous and fan servicey? Sure, why not? I think, given everything I know about it, it's okay. I know, we're wrapping up here. It's not tomorrow for me, so you know, I got all the energy in the world. The Wind Rises, 10 out of 10. Totally Bound Hanako-kun, 10 out of 10 out of 10. Tomoch as the girl, what did I missed this? Okay, very shotgun review. Honestly, good. Very good. Very good. Tomo-chan as a girl is about being friends with a guy, but also being his rival, and yet all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, wait, we're high school students. Now we're actually like beautiful and cute and having feelings for each other. Ah, shit. What do we do about this? You're my rival. Anyway, moving on. Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Vampire Knight, 9 I'm okay with, because like it's got some things that hold it back because it is a shoujo anime, but at the same time, holy shit, it's good. Violet Evergarden, 9. I admit I did not cry through it, but I had a good time watching it. And finally, 10 out of 10, Your Lie in April made me cry. Would not want to cry again, but I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it because I love this anime. Whew. Okay, overview done. I think we have ourselves a solid list. I need to go back and watch Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun because I want to rate that properly, and just for the sake of it, currently watching Gintama, still need to watch. JoJo Bizarre Adventure, still need to finish, especially with Steel Ball Run on the horizon. Last Crusade, I'm probably going to finish that just because I'm sunk cost fallacy. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, want to finish that because that's kind of supernatural anime. And Totally Bound Hanako-kun Season 2 Part 2. I've got a lot of other stuff that's on hold. Still stuff I plan to watch, but that's all gonna have to take another day. At the end of this year, I'm thinking we'll revisit this and see what new anime I watched starting in March. I wanted to get this done at January, but I didn't have the time, so we will do this again January of next year, so we can review what we've all experienced together. That's what I'm thinking. So, My voice is about to die, my stomach is roaring like a lion, and I'm tired, and I bet y'all are too. So I just want to say thank you very much for listening to this Bone Man ramble for almost 4 hours about anime he's watched. I normally would not consider this a viable source of content, but I think I had a lot of fun just gushing about anime I've watched. I know it wasn't like, I know I had to be very vague, and if anybody wants to like talk to me about my choices here, you can DM me. Any of my friends were like, what the fuck, Ricky, you gave Quince a 7? Yes, I gave it a 7, almost an 8, because I'm not that kind of guy. I don't really enjoy harem animes. But I'm gonna cut everybody off here. No raids tonight because it's very late for a lot of y'all. So, thank you very much. Update your throne, then we will talk. Yeah, I need to do that too. I'll think of something. I'll think of something when I have the time. This week has flown by for a lot of reasons. I had to draw a gift for a certain somebody. I had to work on my own stuff. I had to make thumbnails, etc. It was a very busy week for a lot of reasons. Yeah, because I got roped into the collab with Billy and Baron, I decided to do a consolatory gift for missing Gruntstar's birthday, so I drew a Gruntstar cookie. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun trying to figure out how to make a defined cookie. Ooh, you did. Cool. Yeah, that's also a great thing. Yeah, if and when I ever do something stupid or silly, always feel free to clip me. I will download the clips and eventually upload them as a short. I do appreciate anybody helping out with that. Made a clip today, surprisingly, now I think about it. Speaking of twins, I watched a twin sync moment in real time on the Hoshigami Twins stream. Who in Vylimpia drew their favorite Pokemon? That's a fine question. I think that was Billy. Hard to say. I know Billy was like the one who suggested that one. If that's the one you're talking about, like the one you got as a reward, that might have been Billy. But I'm gonna cut y'all off here because my throat is killing me. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening to me ramble about anime for 4 hours pretty much. You didn't see the doodle? I don't remember. I don't honestly remember. I wasn't there for that stream, sadly. I didn't participate in the dueling because I was busy elsewhere, if I recall correctly. You'd have to ask Billy. But yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Thank you for all the likes, all the subscriptions. We're almost to 200 followers on Twitch. We're a little ways away from hitting 600 on YouTube. And even though I don't really care about the statistics, it's nice to see those numbers go up because it means I'm doing something right. So, as always, folks, take care of yourselves, be safe, enjoy your favorite anime. Enjoy what you like, and even though I've left my ratings on these anime, don't let it stop you from trying new things that look interesting. If I said something that sounded interesting to you, it's time to check it out. Just give yourself an hour, watch 3 episodes of any one of these, and see if you like it. You know, it's just 3 episodes of anime, and you can decide if you want to spend the rest of your life on it like I do. I've made a lot of mistakes, believe you me, but it's worth treating yourself to a little bit of anime every now and again. Hell, even just a TV show, whatever. But as always, folks, memento vivere, memento mori, and enjoy writing your life story. And enjoy what you like. Even if I don't, everybody should enjoy what they enjoy. And I will get around to watching BNA. Take it easy and have a good night, folks.